Good evening. I haven't seen you around the Isle before. I'd love to get your acquaintance, but it will have to be brief. I have some other guests that I'm attending to. Last time, Galen fled the inn to warn the others and obtain Frida's steel rapier. He sent Robert and Katrina to retrieve the rapier from Frida's ship, and eluded Pete and Pace on his way back to the inn, where he started a riot as a distraction. Robert and Katrina returned to the shore to find the Isle in chaos, and Father Udgren being detained by Pete and Pace. Robert went to save the priest, while Katrina tailed Zacharias in the commotion. Meanwhile, Galen used the distraction to sneak into the warehouse for a proper investigation. Inside, he found a cage, the bloodied clothes of Father Hedquist, and the clothes of the third Admondson triplet Paul. Galen and Katrina grouped back up and rushed to aid Robert in a brawl with Pete and Pace. Together, they incapacitated Pete and convinced Pace to help them take down Zacharias. Pace agreed to bring Galen in as a prisoner and lead his mother and Zacharias to the warehouse while Katrina and Robert set up an ambush inside. When Abela and Zacharias reached the cage, the investigators struck, restraining Abela and killing Zacharias with the steel rapier. Meanwhile, Constance put out the fire in her ship and attempted to sail to land. Her vision started to fail as a side effect of her magical outburst, so she decided to draw upon the amulet power once more. This helped her wave down a ship which belonged to Frida and her crew. On their voyage back, an enraged mermaid passed underneath the ship on her way to Wrecker Isle. Her enchanted song drove some of the crew violently mad. Constance spotted the sacrificial island moving in the mermaid's wake and realized it was actually a massive sea monster. Desperate to protect her friends back on the Isle, Constance channeled as much magic as she could. She propelled the ship to unnatural speeds and teleported it into the sky above the warehouse. And this is where the story continues. Good evening, fellow geeks. Welcome to our season finale of our Vaesen playthrough. Very excited to join you all tonight, but before we get into details, let's talk about the most important thing, which is all these awesome people playing with us tonight and everybody else that contributed to this campaign. Let's go ahead. Let's start with Bill. Bill, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you can be found on the internet, and tell us a bit about your character.
Hi, I'm Bill. I make some shows called Escape This Podcast, Solve This Murder. I'm on Twitch as Play This Game _live. A bunch of dumb stuff. Go and check it all out. Also, if you line the ruler up very carefully, you can make it look like you're on a little platter. I had it for a second and I've lost it. It was great, and I'll never get it again. No, we can't do it.
Close.
I'm playing Galen. Galen is rich. He's going to die in 4 years. We all know this now. This is canonical.
At least.
And he's unless he dies tonight, then we'll change the timeline. But you know, he's a cool guy. Fun Galen fact. The very first time Galen hired Constance or met Constance was actually because somebody else had hired Constance to look into, at the time, Johann Bostrom, but now Galen Fosquera. And it was a fun, weird double cross where someone was paying Constance to look into Johann Bostrom. It was an academic rival who wanted some dirt on Johann. And Johann thought, well, look, I can play this back, and I'll pay Constance to give back incorrect dirt to the original person. And of course, that did not work at all because Constance has integrity. Johann got completely screwed over, terrible scathing things written about him, a lot of his dirty laundry aired, and he lost a lot of money that Constance did take and just didn't do the job. But that gave him a lot of professional respect for Constance, and he proceeded to hire her for a series of other jobs in the future, even though he lost out terribly the first time. Because it's kind of one of those things, you know, if someone's going to betray someone for money, you can never really trust them. So now he knew he could definitely trust Constance all the time. And that's how the relationship started.
Excellent. I love that. That's so good. Fantastic. Awesome. Pleasure to game with you tonight, Bill. Let's go ahead and let's move on. Let's go with Tori. Tori, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your character?
Yes, I'm Tori Fika. I am part of the Level 1 Geek team here, and I am playing Constance Doyle. She is not rich. Well, she was made richer by working for Galen, but never, I think, will obtain the level of wealth that Galen has managed. Um, she's the private investigator of this group, and my fun fact today is how the first time Constance met Katrina. And I think in the process of researching everything about Johann, of course, one important step was looking into all of his contacts and the people who know him, he associates with, and Katrina, of course, is one of his good friends. And so Constance sort of went down a sort of side rabbit hole looking into Katrina, and however, was a little bit bested by Katrina on a job when Constance was trying to tail her. Constance had heard rumors that maybe Katrina was up to some side coffee business, during the coffee contraband whole period. And so she's like, oh man, maybe if Galen or if Johann is funding this or is involved, that might be something. And so I have too many names in my head. Constance attempted to follow Katrina to this, alleged warehouse where maybe some of this operation was taking place. However, Katrina, being a highly trained and very professional veteran, not only lost the tail, but managed to surprise Constance on the street and confronted her. However, rather than it coming to any kind of blows or anything, Katrina actually invited Constance along, and they just chatted and kind of grew just a natural liking to each other. And Katrina respected what Constance was working and doing, and Constance liked Katrina so much that she decided to kind of just leave this whole business out of it. It had nothing to do with Johann. So she turned a blind eye. And that was the first time that Constance and Katrina met.
Oh, don't warm my
I
heart.
love that. That's fantastic. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Tori. Let's keep it going with M next. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about Katrina.
My name is M. I am a TTRPG streamer, as you can see. I also write for some TTRPGs, and I'm working on a cool little project that you'll get more information about later. As for Katrina, she is just this just right on the brink of the end of her middle age, right? She's entering her 50s. She is a veteran, still strong, and maybe a little love lost in her life, but she has many strong relationships that make up for that. And one of those relationships is with Robert, actually. Now, when Katrina met Robert, she did not trust him. There was something mysterious about him, and she told Galen that time and time again. And there was actually a job that all three of them were out on. Galen was doing research about this haunted mansion and brought some books inside because we weren't really sure if it was haunted or not. We weren't very good at our mystery busting crew at this point. And Katrina had just been kind of sniping at Robert the whole evening. And all of a sudden, all of the clocks started timing midnight, even though midnight was several hours away, and a cold chill filled the room. All the doors slammed shut and ghostly figures sprung up around, and Galen's in the middle of the room flipping through books, shouting at both of us as we was trying to figure out how to banish all of these ghosts. And Robert and Katrina were rushing around the room, beating back ghosts with handfuls of salt and doing their best to keep Galen alive together. So it was long enough for him to get them out of this predicament. And she has a begrudging respect for Robert from that moment on, even though something still has never quite sat right with her.
I love the
I love
image
it.
of it being like it's 5 p.m., but all the clocks only strike midnight, and you're not quite sure for a while because it goes dong. You're like, that's fine. Dong, 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 dong. Well, there you go. Dong. What the hell? Dong. Oh my god!
Don't you
Dong.
dare
panic.
touch 12.
Wait a minute. How many is this gonna go?
Oh man, that's so good. Love it. Thank
Hello,
you,
raiding
Em.
party.
Yeah, and hello, raiding party. Thank you for the raid. Roll D5. Good to see you all here.
I saw someone say murder mystery in response to this raid. Now I'm intrigued.
Ooh.
As someone who
me
makes
too.
murder mysteries, I'm
Yeah, very
Yes.
intriguing. All right, let's keep on moving along with our introductions. Let's go with Matt next. Matt, tell us about yourself. Tell us about Robert.
Hey y'all, my name is Matt. I'm playing Robert, a servant of Galen Foscara. And of course his skills lie less in the typical servant duties, but more so in solving problems with his fists. But the very first time he met Galen, then Johann Bostrom, he was looking for work. He was looking for work anywhere. Most places just weren't willing to hire him until he was given an opportunity, and he started work on like a probationary period, and he was asked to make tea and coffee, and Robert didn't know how to do either of those things, and so he had just boiled some water. And for the tea, he was like, okay, I've heard of like lavender and chamomile. So he went to the garden and picked some lavender and chamomile and put them in the water. And then he was like, okay, coffee. And he went and grabbed the bag of coffee beans and he just poured the beans into the water as well. So you've got cups of boiling dirt and leaves, and you've got cups with quite a bit of crunchies with them beans, unground beans. And when he served this, I imagine that Johann was meeting with a fisherman, a Swedish fisherman, and at that time, like this fisherman was a bit sketchy, just trying to cheat him in this deal. But the very first thing is that he took a drink of the coffee and immediately spat it out and was getting angry. And this Swedish fisherman, along with his goons, like started to make a bit of a ruckus here. And then Robert just sprang into action. And of course, I mean, Johann and Galen, of course, are they aren't strangers to using strength. But it was like the two of them were able to fend off this group of Swedish fishermen. And so it was in that moment that Galen might have seen, at the very least, even if Robert can't make tea, can't make coffee, he can do something. When it comes to tasks around the house, he can always be counted on to be the can opener of whoop ass.
Oh man, that's so good. Oh, fantastic. What fun character facts, everybody. I love that. Thank you for that. All right, that is our amazing players we have for tonight. I am Chase, the game master for this campaign. Also, I want to shout out, we have behind the screens, part of our Level 1 Geek team as well. We have Katie. She is the one who is running production tonight. She's going to be answering you guys in chat. She's going to be taking care of your chat interactions, which is a perfect segue into you guys, chat. Thank you so much for all being here, and thanks for joining us on this entire campaign. We've seen so many of your names popping up every single session. We've seen some new names popping up every single session. You guys have chatted, you've played along, you've used the chat interactions, and it's just made it a very fun experience. So thanks for being here tonight, and thanks for being here on previous sessions. That also goes for those of you who have been watching this on YouTube, not live. Thank you so much for the support on YouTube. We've seen a lot of growth over on our YouTube over this series, and we're really happy you guys have been enjoying it. So thanks for the follows, the subscriptions, thanks for the kind words. We just can't express enough how much we appreciate all you guys letting us do what we love to do. So big thank you. And as for chat interactions, we don't have as many tonight as we have throughout the entire series because we don't want to get too invested into them since the series is wrapping up. But we do still have our blessed and cursed dice tonight. You guys can get those with channel points, or for every 100 bits you guys want to toss, you can add a blessed or cursed dice to the pool. Subscriptions will be like 5 of them. Katie will work it out with you guys. But if you guys contribute in one way or another, we'll give blessed or cursed dice tonight. Blessed dice are just a straight up boon for the heroes. They're going to go ahead and they're going to pull from that dice pool. They're going to be extra dice on their rolls, no strings attached. Cursed dice are going to be the exact same thing, except if they succeed using cursed dice, then I'm going to add something a little more chaotic or interesting to the success, which has done a lot of
not
craziness.
interesting, real boring. Really, something really boring. Something you don't want to even hear. So you shouldn't even give us the cursed dice. Just bless.
Yeah, like we'll find out that the mermaid is eating oatmeal while it casts a spell.
Yeah, that's all that'll happen. Don't even worry about it. Give us only blessed dice.
So yeah, feel free to use those. We would love to see you guys interact with the stream. And then one final thank you. Just if you guys see our awesome character art we've been using for this campaign, that is from the app NPC for Hire from Knights of the Steel. You guys can download it for free on the Apple or Android store, completely for free, and you can use this art for your own campaign as well. And a big thank you to Knights of the Steel for letting us use it for this campaign. We appreciate it. All right, I think that is all of the logistics we had for tonight.
There was one more. There was one more reward. If you subscribe and you don't want to give us blessed dice, you can instead ask Chase to play a quick something on those guitars behind him, and he has to.
He has to.
Yeah, if you guys want to hear really rusty guitar playing.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Yeah, exactly. Well, nothing copyrighted. It has to be a unique composition, original in that moment. But you do have that capacity as well. So just look at that. Here's a sub.
You'll have to catch me for my music stream on another night. Sadder Monday.
You have a fiduciary responsibility to play that guitar.
Pretty sure, Chase. Pretty sure.
All right. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for being here tonight. We don't have sponsorships tonight because we closed them last week because we didn't know if last week was going to be our final session, but it wasn't. It's going to be this session, most definitely. So on that note, sponsorships will be closed as well. Okay, we had a recap at the start of the stream. If you guys want to get more of a recap, you guys can check on our YouTube channel. We have all these episodes up, so you can catch up on the series. You can rewatch the series. Make sure if you can, because we would love to see some new names pop on the YouTube or on our live stream. And I think that's everything. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right back in this session tonight because we got a finale to wrap up. So we had the recap, but last time we left off, let's just recap. We have Katrina, Galen, and Robert in the warehouse who had just set up an ambush and attacked Abela and Zacharias with the help of Pace.
The hot brother.
Yeah, the hot brother. Pete is knocked out and on the ship, detained currently, and they had just stabbed Zacharias with the steel rapier, which looked to be very effective. Meanwhile, we had Constance trying to rush back to get to her friends after a very eventful trip out to sea. Her ship was on fire. She fixed it. She drew upon some amulet to make herself found by Frida, who picked her up on her ship and was heading back to Wrecker Island. And on their way back, they saw allegedly a mermaid type creature swimming by with some sort of song echoing through the water that drove the crew mad. And also she saw the sacrificial island swimming behind that creature, which gave the ship a good bump. She saw tentacles in the water. And in a desperate attempt to get back and help her friends, Constance pulled as much magic as she possibly could from that amulet. She rolled 100 dice on the offer of how many she could
100
roll.
What an
dice.
idiot. Who would do that? I can't
That
believe
was a good
could have just
idea.
rolled 20 or something. Do you know the kind of negative
so
stuff that can happen when you roll 100
irresponsible.
dice?
I got 35 successes. I have a
Sorry.
35% success rate.
Sometimes I just really worry that you don't have foresight. Maybe
Yeah,
you should
you
just
should have seen that.
consider what could happen.
Yeah.
is all
you
your
know
fault.
what? That's my big takeaway from this whole adventure, I would
Yeah.
say.
I hear there's
Yeah.
factions that can improve your foresight. You should consider those sometime.
That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut that only a few people will get. Okay.
Justin Kapow is definitely part of the Powder Pact. He's going to be
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Wins.
But we digress. You pulled on that amulet and you sped up the ship very fast. So fast that you caught up to that large island. You ramped off of it, and it seemed to injure whatever creature that island actually is. You saw it roll over. You saw
Definitely
big
kill.
tentacles. You know, it's hard to tell because as soon as you ramped off of that thing, you launched into the sky and then you teleported.
I just want to, can I point out something really quick, Chase?
Yeah, please do.
Constance is the least combat focused of all of us, and she has fought the most monsters.
Poor planning, really.
Yeah. That's really funny. So you teleported after launching off of that creature, and you now find yourself apparating above the warehouse on Wrecker Island, just in the sky, not over water, and not floating. You are falling. That ship is crashing directly towards the warehouse. But before we get back to that, we are going to jump into the warehouse where Katrina has a rapier stuck through the chest of Zacharias, who looks shocked, who's bleeding from his chest. Standard red blood, like you expect any other typical human to bleed. And Abela, the godmother, is just sobbing as Pace was restraining her and holding her back. She seemed kind of almost supernaturally strong. And as she sobs, his restraint turns more into like a hug. And he's squinting his eyes, closing his eyes. He looks like he's also having a bit of a hard time with it.
You know what? She wasn't this sad when her other son was killed. So get over it. Oh, I'm so sorry for this woman because one of her sons is better than the other son. She'll kill one, but if you kill the other, oh, that's terrible.
I think it comes down to the fact that she got to make the choice the other time, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I think she's a bad mother, and
Bad
she's
mother.
been ensorcelled by a fish man.
And since they were triplets, she's got extra copies.
Yeah. It's like, well, that was just a third of a child, really. Have you seen how hot this other kid is?
So she is sobbing, and after a brief moment, she looks up with just a look of sheer hatred directly into your eyes, Katrina. You can feel it. You can feel the anger just radiating from her towards you. And you guys can see that the tattoo that she has on her bicep starts to glow with a bright orange color. I'm going to make you pay for killing
I'm
my
going
boy.
to stab her
That's it.
immediately.
Okay. So
Wait,
as you
we got to stab her.
as you retract the rapier and you go to stab Abela, there is just everything turns into chaotic confusion. There's an explosion. Dust flies everywhere. You feel like your hearing goes for a minute. Your ears are just ringing. All of you get tossed back by some sort of force that just hit so fast you don't even know what happened. I actually need all of you to make me agility checks to see
I told you this is exactly how it was going to go down.
to see
That
how
is
well
what
you
you said.
handle this impact.
Do we really have
Two Galens
12
on the map.
blessed dice?
You have 12 blessed dice.
Those raiders
Yo.
came in and sprinkled good happy magic.
Yo.
Also, Wombat with the blessed dice.
I think that I'll spend 2 of those. I'm a little worried. Maybe
I've
I
got
won't.
one success.
I'll leave it. Roll.
We've got them. Just use them if you want.
Oh,
I
I should have.
think you should use them. I think you
I've
should.
used 2 of them.
Okay.
I failed. Oh, well.
Oh
Um,
no!
Oh, well.
I need to roll a 2 more. Dice, please. I got one.
Oh, nice.
All
I
right.
failed.
So Galen, you are just completely caught off guard. Some rubble hits you in the head, cracks you dead on in the side of the face. You can feel some warm blood dripping down your face. You fall back against a wall. Katrina and Robert, you guys are thrown back as well, probably to the ground, but you're able to dodge any rubble or any severe harm. Galen, you're going to take a physical condition.
Ah.
And Constance, from your perspective, everybody is panicking. You see some people jump off the ship, and you see some bodies crunch below as the ship is falling. And it seems like the ship starts falling slow at first, and then just picks up full momentum and right through the ceiling. Frida tries to grab onto you and tries to hang onto the edge of the ship to try to brace you for the impact. But as you crash through, everything just goes black for you.
I'm at the end of the stream, everybody.
Constance, you're gonna mark every single condition on your sheet. You're gonna become broken, but we're not gonna roll on the table for you.
Oh my
Physically
gosh.
or mentally? Because I already was
Both.
full on mental. So,
Both,
but
yeah,
I just do you want does it
every
does it not matter
condition
for
is checked off for you.
broken? It doesn't have or does it matter if I become physically or mentally broken? That was my
It does
question.
typically, but it doesn't right now.
Okay.
But you are unconscious is what's happening to you at the moment. To those of you inside, as the dust settles and you orient yourself, you can now see sunlight pouring in through the roof, and it looks to be just a ship crashed through, pointing down into the ceiling. You can see a dead Pace just crushed and slumped against the wall. Zacharias is already fallen from where Katrina had stabbed him. And you can see a Bela face down, looking up and reaching towards Katrina, her hand shaking. The boat is on top of her back. She's bleeding and spitting up some blood. You can see just a scowl looking towards you, Katrina, and blood lacing between her teeth. I'm gonna make you pay. What are you all doing?
So a boat has landed on a warehouse. This is a bit of an intense situation.
Yeah.
Galen has fallen to the ground. I'm bleeding. He's hurt. I was already exhausted. I'm wounded now. I think if I see her reaching out to Katrina, I'd like to try and get myself over to probably to a Bella to try and like put myself in between. Maybe like I don't know if her hand's gonna shoot magic at her. I just want to like grab her arm, pull it down, just hold her down.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that tattoo is still glowing orange, but it seems to be slowly fading. She's pretty easy to pin down. She feels like she has no strength in her body.
Yeah.
She doesn't even pay attention to you. Her gaze just stays locked on Katrina.
I don't even think I want to be too violent. I think it's like it's not like a jump on her like she's a grenade. It's like her hands out. It's like take her hand, hold it down, try and look her in the eye and say, I know this is tough, but he wasn't your child. Not really. You know what he was. I'm assuming she's in Sorcerer. She might not be. But this is the tack I'm going with. Abella, look at me. I know we are not friends. I know you tried to kill me, but hey, you have to snap out of this.
She finally breaks that gaze with Katrina, and she looks up at Galen. I know he's not my boy. He's the son of this earth. He was going to save so many people. I hope you're happy with what you've done.
I'm very rarely happy, Abella, but this had to be done. He killed your son.
Darkness of snuffing out a god is on your shoulders. You remember that, Galen Viscara? She coughs and sputters up another mouthful of blood, and then, eyes open, just slumps to the ground and goes limp.
Oh. How are Katrina and Robert doing? Are they looking all right? I feel like I got more hurt by that boat than they did.
Yeah.
Your head is kind of pouring some blood down the side. They look pretty scraped up, but they don't look severely injured. They're not trapped or anything.
Do we see Constance?
Not yet.
Okay. In that case, I'm picking up my medical bag and hurrying to Galen's side.
Hello.
Galen, you're bleeding.
Yes, I got hit by a boat, I think.
What is this ship doing here?
I don't know. Was this Abella's magic? Did she summon a boat to attack us?
It was a bit extreme.
I can't even fathom that. And
that's a very strange thing to do.
How do you feel? Do you know where you are? How are your mental capacities?
You hear a familiar voice, Galen. I don't remember if the rest of you have heard her, but you hear Frida. Frascara! Is that you?
Oh, you are the person with the boat. Yes, hello. We took your sword early. I hope this is not a problem, but it did save everybody.
I need your help. I don't care about that.
Oh, yeah, yes. What do you need?
You guys gonna go towards
why
the
are you
sound of
here?
her voice?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Can we climb the boat?
Yeah, you guys can climb over some of the rubble and whatnot. The boat and the warehouse are just shrapnels of wood. Now, you definitely see the outline of a ship, but it's hard to tell what is roof and what is boat anymore. As you guys clamber over some rubble, you see just a lot of dead sailors. You see people bleeding and crushed under debris. You see a couple of sailors who are injured and trapped under some rubble. And amongst them, you see Frida. Her legs look like they're crushed under a big piece of rubble. And she is sheltering under her arms. You can see Constance, who just maybe dead, maybe unconscious. Her eyes just look completely cataract and almost slightly black underneath. Maybe burned, like there's the veins that you would normally see if somebody with bloodshot eyes are black, but they're just glazed over with a milky white.
Can I run over and try to lift the rubble off of them?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a force.
But before you do, on the other side of the ship, buried under other rubble, you see a bald man with a big mole on his face. It's Mole Sven, and you can only save one of them. You have to make a choice. Who will you choose?
I'd like to pick up the
Katrina
rubble and throw it at Mole Sven. I got 2 successes.
Two successes. Excellent. Are either of you two helping with the rubble removal?
I'm still vaguely getting up onto the ship. I'm very dazed.
What about Katrina?
Yeah, if I need to move the rubble to get to treat Constance, I will help move rubble. Otherwise, I'm immediately starting treatment.
Robert looks like he's adrenaline fueled and just clearing that rubble pretty handily himself.
In that case, I'm going to go straight for medicine.
Okay.
I feel for a pulse. Does she have a heartbeat?
Just ever so faintly. She looks bruised. Her eyes look terrible. She's trembling and convulsing ever so slightly. Frida also looks quite injured.
Okay. I'm going to treat Constance first. Can I roll a medicine check to see if I can help her?
Yep.
I'm at an 8. Let's see if that's good enough.
We got so many blessed. You know, this is not the time to use it.
Do I need more than 1 success?
Well, you're going to heal one of her conditions for every success. So you can throw some more in there if you want.
I actually need to get 2 bonus dice because I forgot to include my medical equipment. So I can include an additional 2 blessed dice and bring that up to 4 total.
Yes.
Here we go. An additional success, that's 2.
Do you want to push it?
I kind of do. Yeah, let's push it.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go from here though, so that it includes it all. Medical equipment rolling.
So broken's the first one that gets cured, Tori, and then you can cure 1 additional physical.
And I
for
just
each of her
have 1
successes.
broken, right?
Just
Even
one
though
broken.
okay.
Yep. Yeah, you're.
Oh
my gosh!
Pretty nicely. So.
You
that
ever
8
healed so
successes?
hard, your soul just re-enters your body like a torpedo.
Good
Apparently, I just have.
So her soul was like kind of starting to drift up above her, and I grabbed her by the throat and shoved her back into her body. I was like, live.
So all of your physical conditions, she can't heal your mental here, but
Oh man.
Katrina, as you're patching her up, she's got some bones that look like they should be broken, but you're able to kind of put them back into place. They may cause long-term stress, but you're able to make them functional.
Okay.
She's got cuts and gashes. Notably, as you're patching her up, you can see that her hand that is limp, palm open, has a burn just welded around her hand in the shape of that symbol that you've been seeing of this cult.
Oh, is it burned through the glove?
It's burned through the glove. Yep. And
That's
you can
really
see
cool.
the welt seems inked, as if it's like it looks like a tattoo, but it's raised like a burned welt. And as you treat her, Constance, you shoot awake suddenly. You feel yourself wake up, but you can't see anything. Everything is just nothing.
Easy.
What's going
Easy.
on? Where am I?
It's Katrina, and you're fine. I've got you.
Katrina, she's just like grasping like at you. Galen, Robert, where are we? What's going on? Are you all
As
right?
she panics, you can see that you can see the outline of her eyes beneath the cataract glow with like an orange color, and then it fades away.
I can't see anything.
We are here. No,
Yes.
Robert and I are fine. Katrina, Robert, can you hold her for a moment? Katrina, can you? There are other people here
Yes.
on this boat that need attention. I do not know if you are up for it, but this is
Yes.
where you shine. This woman here saved us all with her sword. Please try your best to
I
keep
must-
them alive.
I must treat Frida.
Frida looks
Constance.
up at you. Who are all of you? What? I don't understand. How did we get here?
Oh no, she is also a Vaesen. We must kill her.
No, Galen. We're from the society. We take care of problems that you can't quite fathom. And I'm going to settle down next to her and begin tending to her wounds. I'm going to go ahead and roll medicine, and I'm going to take an additional 2 blessed dice since we have so many. Here we come.
Excellent. So
Chase,
for this one, every success she gets going to be able to treat an NPC.
Cool. What if I only got 2?
You're able to save
Frida, small spin.
yeah,
That's it.
Frida
You
and,
killed anyone else.
one crew member.
Oh, I don't know if Mol Sven is the person
You don't
we
see
want to
Mol
treat.
Sven amongst the
okay.
crew, surprisingly,
Damn.
or not
You know, I
surprisingly.
think that Frida probably handled Mol Sven for stealing her gold
Yeah.
there. Let's go ahead and yeah. I don't
What
know
about
the
the
name of
other
anybody
Sven?
else.
Is the other
there's
Sven
a bunch
other
of
Sven?
normal
Normal
Svens.
Yeah.
You're right. I need to treat normal Sven and abnormal Sven.
Mhm.
All right. You got it. So, well, Frida and one Sven.
Dang
That's
it.
all you got.
Well,
That's all right.
yeah, that's fine. I'll
Johnny
treat one
name we knew.
Sven.
2 Svens down on this stream. All right. Yeah, you patch people up. They thank you. They all look extremely disoriented and confused. They're looking around as if they can't believe what just happened. Frida kind of gets the rest of the rubble off of her and tries to stand. She's limping. This was my ship. I don't understand. Where are we?
You're back on Wrecker Isle. I think
We were
the old woman summoned your ship somehow. She said she would attack us, and then a ship fell on our heads. I think she used some strange magic to reft you from the seas and drop you on us. It did not work very well for you. You landed on her as well.
Are we in the warehouse? Are we
Yes.
on
Yes.
land?
Yes,
Yes.
you are. I don't. I assume you were out on Graveyard Isle. This is where we last heard you were. But yes, you are back on Wrecker Isle in the warehouse. Something
On
strange.
the ship. The ship. It fell. It fell on the warehouse.
Yes, Abella summoned your ship and dropped it on us.
It wasn't a Bella, was it, Constance? Says
Oh my
Frida.
god. Constance just starts hysterically crying, she's like panicked and disbelief and shock, and like she starts laughing a little too, but it's definitely like a worrying, borderline insane laugh. And she's just like a blubbering mess.
Constance, it's okay. It's over. It's over. We killed him.
How many are dead? How many? How? Who was in the warehouse? Who was on the ship?
Don't
Where's
worry
the
about
crew?
it. Right now, Katrina, Galen, and I, we're okay. We were able to kill the mermaid, Zacharias. We killed him.
Mermaid?
The mermaid. She's coming. It's coming. The creature and the mermaid, they're coming here, and that's why I did it. And I wasn't trying to kill everyone, and I wasn't trying to drop the ship. I was just trying to get here to warn you, and now everything is destroyed.
Wait,
I don't know what to do.
Constance, what is coming?
The mermaid and
something big.
The kraken or something. Tentacles, huge.
All right, this is not good, everybody. I don't know how much I filled you in on research, but all mermaids, they have angry pets. These pets like to kill everybody who kills the mermaids. It's like their whole thing. So this is not good. And I think time for freaking out and having emotional crises over how many people we killed, which was a lot of people, is
Galen.
There is no time for this now. We must away. If it is after us, we need to get to the ship, and we need to prepare the
Galen,
cannons.
you sent the ship out into the middle of the harbor. We can't get to it.
I sent the ship to the harbor.
You told them to load the cannons and wait there.
Okay, maybe they will do their job and fire on this large monster. That is ideally why I sent them out. Then what do? We are stuck on the island?
Katrina is going to pick up her sword, this solid steel sword that they got from the captain. It's been resting by her knee, and she'll stand up. Unless we have another weapon, then I think some people should perhaps stay back here. Someone needs to take care of the wounded.
Okay. I do not know if we can stab a kraken with a little sword. It is very big. I don't know if you saw my pictures.
I think I injured it, or we crashed into it on the way here, and it seemed to hurt it.
Okay. Oh, this is good.
The mermaid, the song. We have to cover our ears. She drove nearly everyone on the crew insane.
Oh no! I just remember I have nose plugs. Can I just pull them out and put them in my ears?
Okay, what if we do this?
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
Just kind of laughed.
I can't stop you from putting nose plugs in your ears.
It's fine.
What if we go completely off the rails here,
Mm-hmm.
and we try and find the neck and make him play a song that counts as the song the mermaid is playing?
Of course.
He's around. We know he's here
everywhere.
somewhere. He hasn't been part of the mystery, but he's in the books.
We
Maybe we
have
can find the
researched
neck.
him. We know everything about necks.
We know everything about the neck. He hangs around. He loves music. What if he makes this? This is it. We get them to fight each other,
Yes.
like it's the end of a Godzilla movie.
Okay,
I don't know if this is a real plan.
Better option than a Godzilla movie ending.
It does feel like we've ratcheted up to Godzilla movie level. Like I dropped a ship on a warehouse. I think we're in that climax section, of the big final battle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You come up with a better plan. I'm reading about the neck.
Tori, did you bring the gun and the bullets?
Yeah, I didn't ever get rid of it.
Galen, I need you to get your books, and I need you to find out how one kills a kraken.
Yeah.
Robert?
Yes.
I hate to ask you to come into battle without a weapon, but
I have the bullets, the steel. Constance is frantically digging around, feeling around for her bag and stuff. and grabs it and is just like dumping everything out and patting around on the deck till she finds the gun. I think she loaded it up with the bullets because she was kind of prepared, for that outcome. So she just like hands it like butt first, it just sort of blindly toward where she's hearing the voices. I got steel bullets.
Okay.
I don't know. There's 4, right, Chase? There were 4?
4 bullets.
Okay.
All right.
We could each kill ourselves, and then we don't have to deal with this situation.
Galen better not suggest that. Constance is almost all the way there.
Then it's somebody else's problem.
All right.
We know it's the final session.
We have to warn everyone on the island. They're not prepared for this.
Can Frida walk? Frida, can you walk?
She can limp.
I suppose so.
We need to get to Justin Kapow.
I don't know who that is.
He's the
he's the cannon
man.
guy.
He's the message guy.
Yes.
Justin Kapow.
For what? That's a joke.
Kapow.
Yes. No. We need a message sent to every ship that something is coming.
Okay.
If
I mean, I think he's docked out front.
Warn them to cover their ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. She takes a really long, thoughtful look at Constance, and then she helps her surviving crew member up, and they both go limping out the warehouse together.
That was amazing that she's willing to help us after we killed all of her friends.
Yeah. She did not like them. I think you're right. We need to evacuate all of Reka Isle. They have to retreat to Fialbaka. We must tell everyone, go to the inn, tell them to cover their ears. But in the meantime, we need to distract the Kraken. I do not know. Nobody knows how to kill a Kraken. There is very little literature on these beasts. For most people who see them, die quite quickly from being eaten by a Kraken. It is not conducive to writing books, is to be eaten. So,
Robert, did you bring any sort of poison, perhaps, from Horus?
Not this time.
Damn.
Katrina, I will say, and he'll hold the gun out to Katrina and say, I think you're better with these than I am.
Did you want to trade?
Yes, I would love to. I got some swimming lessons earlier, so I think
you're going to swim out and stab a Kraken?
If there's a mermaid, maybe I can get the mermaid. But I know the time is of the essence, so if we need a distraction, I'm ready.
All right. Well, let's see how it goes.
Hey,
and
Chase.
I wonder.
Oh, go ahead, Galen.
My only other thought is whether we need everybody to get back to the mainland, and the mermaid and the Kraken are here to avenge the death of this man. Perhaps this is, if they know where he is, if they can sense him, we need to get this body away from everybody. We could put it on a boat and one of us...
Yes, I'll take him.
Robert, you are young. You have so much life ahead of you. I don't know if any of you knew this, but I've been diagnosed with tuberculosis, and I do not have long to live. I can take the body. I can put him in a boat and
Galen, you have at least 4 years left.
But also at most. So...
And so much money. So much money, Galen. As far as changing the world goes, you can. And if I can help you survive, if I can help us survive, I'm willing to.
Wait, just hold on. We don't have to plot all of our suicide missions already. Let's just... I came back here. I did this so that you wouldn't have to do it like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's just think for a minute. And Constance...
You all think.
Yeah, it's just heads down.
You all think I'm going to start rallying people to get back away from the water.
Yes, evacuate the island, please.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up Zacharias' body. He
I think-
does smell very good.
I think we all must go. We can make for the ship and defend ourselves there and head back to the mainland. I think we must flee. I think, Constance, you have given us the time we need to get out of here.
All right,
I
Constance
think
will
it is time to go.
shove stuff back into her bag and then like feel the rail or what's left of it and kind of very shakily stand and just sort of like reach out for someone.
I'll take her on. Okay.
Chase, Constance sort of wants to, I guess, acknowledge the tattoo amulet thing. I guess she wants to test that connection and see if basically she's burned it out or if like it's still there.
You feel nothing at the moment.
Okay.
You feel a burnt hand and a lot of bumps and bruises that have been patched up by Katrina.
Okay. Has this happened before in my past experience with it where it just like did not respond at all?
No, every time you acknowledge it, you would feel like a joy at the attention. This time
Okay.
it just feels like it's missing.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we just got to head to the ships, right? Is this the plan? Katrina's telling people at the end, the rest of us are hobbling over to some kind of ship to get out to our main ship.
To
Take a
boats.
rowboat
Yeah.
back to the main
Mhm.
boat,
Yeah,
That
I
works
think
for
so.
me.
and let's skedaddle.
Yeah.
Let's get off this cursed island.
Um,
If you see a black cat, take it, because we can give that to the neck as a
We can-
sacrifice if
All
he
right.
pops up. And he'll
I'm gonna
help
keep
us
an eye
fight.
out for one, for real.
Just if you see
Roll-
one, take
Roll a vigilance.
one.
My dog can help me with that.
Oh,
Yeah, go find me a
great.
cat.
It's a +3 bonus.
Let's see
Vigilance.
2 successes.
Oh. Okay.
You'll be
No.
fine.
I'll be great. 2 successes. Oh.
Odin starts barking at something, and through the rubble, you see some critter go skittering across the rubble.
Okay.
Looks to be a black cat.
Oh,
Sh-
snap.
Should I grab it?
Just grab it. Just we might
I'm gonna
need it.
grab it, Chase. I'm gonna grab
roll,
the cat.
Roll an agility.
Plus
You're trying to
surely you
grab
get
a running
the-
cat?
Surely you get the +3 bonus from the dog for this particular agility check.
Yeah.
All right, that brings me to a bonus +2 because I am -1 from re-rolling before. Agility.
You want to push it?
God.
It's not that important.
we
No.
have some cursed and blessed dice too, should you desire to use them.
I
You don't
could
want to
use
get
some
cursed
cursed
dice,
dice.
involved when there's a black.
A black cat.
Seems
Oh
like
boy.
double
That
Cursed
seems like you're
problems.
asking for it. Yeah. We might need those dice.
I
later,
feel like
to
we
be
will.
fair.
I think that
This is a side bit. We can move
Yeah.
on.
we'll move on. We'll move on from it. It would have been funny.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you try to grab that thing's bolting. Odin barks at it, and it is black lightning flies by. It's
Mhm.
gone. All right. So you guys are all heading outside then to go start taking care of
Yeah,
things,
we're
right?
trying to get to the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your ship, you sent it off and away from the harbor, correct?
I don't think too far. I think I just undocked it so it was ready to go. It was like we'd have to take a rowboat out to it, but it's not like a day's journey to the east. Like I think it's just out in the harbor with its guns ready.
Okay, excellent. I like it.
Mhm.
All right. You guys all step outside. Everybody aside from Constance, of course, when you step outside, it is a crowd of people just surrounding the warehouse. You hear little bits of whispers and chatter, but everybody just looks in complete shock and awe and is just staring. Massive crowd of people. The aisle has never been so quiet.
Oh no. We spent too long planning. Everyone's
Who
already
wants to-
ensorcelled.
Who wants to speak? No, they're just shocked. You just we gotta say something.
What's going on here?
Everybody looks at each other and shrugs. It's a question for you. A boat fell from the sky.
Right.
Everybody, Everything's about to get crazy. There is a monster on its way to attack the island, and if you stay here, you will die. The herring baron is dead. Abella is dead. A boat fell on all of us, and we have to leave now, or you will all be eaten by the kraken. Do we understand? It is on its way. Get in your boats and return to Fjallbacka.
This must be Orvar's friend. This sounds like a load of horse shit. Talking
Yes.
about krakens.
As you can see, my dear friend here has a head wound. Well, all you need to know is that the sea is angry and is throwing ships from the sky.
As you say that, there's a huge explosion, a boom, and everybody jumps and crouches and looks alarmed. And you can see off on the hill back behind the crowd, there's a couple of horses pulling a very sturdy wagon with a cannon on the back that's shooting into the air.
Yes.
And you can see Frida's riding on it, and you see a gentleman on the back with a megaphone, just a voice answer. Everybody cover your ears and get to safety. Evacuate the island.
See, even he says it. We must all listen to Mr. Kapow. Let's go.
Evacuate the island immediately. Get away from the water.
One of you roll me an inspire and go ahead and take 3 extra dice for Mr. Kapow.
Nap.
My inspiration is 2.
I've got a 5.
All right, you can add the 3 and roll.
I
This
feel
feels
like
like a
we should use some blessed dice.
Yeah, this feels like a blessed roll.
How about 3?
Feels
How
good.
many we got?
We have 6.
6.
Okay, yeah, 3's pretty good.
All right, that gives me to a total of +6 to my original 5. Let's roll this and get 1 success.
Yes.
Should I push it? Should I push it? A mental?
You don't need to.
Okay.
1 success will suffice. People look a little panicked, and there's a little bit of disorder at first, but people start to organize themselves, and you see people start shouting orders. You see captains rallying crews, and people start loading up on their ships. And you can see everybody's covering a lot of people, not everybody. A bunch of people are covering their ears. Some people look confused. The ones who are covering their ears look confused by it, but they listen. And you guys can see off on the horizon, you can see your ship is actually already moving back towards the dock. You see it off in the distance.
We should go.
Yep, we're going to head out.
We can't leave Frida. She doesn't have a ship anymore.
It would be
Okay.
safer to leave her on land, Constance.
Not on Wrecker Isle. Where's she going to go?
I am happy to bring Frida with us. If someone wants to go and grab her on the way, this is good, but we should go ourselves.
Yes. Robert
Frida
is
can have a place.
carrying.
Please.
Oh, Robert is carrying Zacharias, and he's going to try to put him on a rowboat, and he'll say, I'm going to row him out, and then I'll swim to meet up with you.
Robert, this is...
What if we just throw him overboard?
I want to get some distance. If she's coming after him,
It's a
then
good
at the very
plan.
least.
Let him do it.
Oh, all right, Robert, I will see you soon.
Yes, I promise.
Okay, do not die out there. We do not need anyone else to die. Just get the boat going in a different direction and come back. We will meet you on the
Yes.
ship. We will be looking for you.
All right.
Okay.
Constance is going to just reach out wordlessly and grab your hand, Robert, and just squeeze it and then let go.
Robert is going to say, is this the hand that where the amulet kind of burned in?
No, I think she's not really using that one. She's kind of trying to
Oh.
keep that tucked as much as she can.
Okay. Then Robert is going to say, thank you. You saved us back there.
Just don't waste it.
Never do. And then start rolling.
Okay. And so are you taking like a rowboat off another side of the island, not where all the big ships are at?
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of veer off so that and I guess this is a little bit of metagaming, but I'm thinking it's like if she's aiming towards him, if she senses him at all, then
Mhm.
maybe that'll divert, and then we'll be able to see everything coming from our perspective or their perspective.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that's metagaming at all. You're making an assumption here. That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah,
Sweet,
we're assuming she can.
sweet.
Otherwise, why would she even know that her
Yeah.
son's dead?
Right.
Right. All right, let's see. So the three of you are heading to your ship, and Robert, you're like veering a little bit out of the way on a
Yep.
rowboat with Zacharias' body.
Yes.
Okay. Your boat docks. Your crew is frantically getting ramps lowered down and waving for you guys to come down. Some of your crew is saying, well, what happened? We saw a ship falling from the sky.
Then you know about as much as we do. A ship fell from the sky. It was very big and scary. We are leaving. There is an island approaching. You may see a moving island. It is a kraken. It's going to kill us all. So let's get on the boat and ready the cannons. If you have anything that is pure iron, shove it in a cannon as well. If there are like forks and knives, like go do grape shot in a cannon made of only iron, just in case it helps.
And cover your ears. Everyone should have something to cover their ears.
Cover your freaking ears.
Father Udgrin comes walking up on the deck. Don't cover your ears. We need to pray. This is not a time for action like that. Everybody needs to gather, hold hands, and pray.
I forgot you were even here, Father.
I told you this place is full of sin. This is the wrath of God coming down upon this town.
Father?
Father, go ahead.
Oh, no, please, you tell him, because I'm going to get very mad at this man. You can get slightly less mad, or maybe more. I don't even care.
Father, it is not the time for your prayers. There are things more ancient than you can fathom on its way now. So kindly shut up, go below decks, and pray quietly elsewhere.
I need to get on another ship.
He's only trying to help.
I didn't let him go.
So you get on my ship.
We're out in the ocean, aren't we? What is it?
No, you
we
guys are
managed to duck
docking
back.
right now.
Oh, all right.
Father,
He's
Father,
going to go
before-
ahead for the ramp.
Father, please, before you go. This place is full of sin, but this is not a divine punishment. The people here, the people who lived here have been sacrificing humans for decades, and this includes your friend here. And we have some of the stuff that belonged to his friend, right? We have his robes and things like that. This is Father Hedquist's robes. We found where they killed him. He was to be sacrificed to a monster, perhaps a satanic monster if this helps you, but a monster nonetheless. And it is that monster which is coming to get us. I understand you want to pray to God. You can pray when we are on Fjallbaka. You can pray silently to yourself, but to pray together means death. You must plug up your ears, for this is the weapon that will be used against you. Close your ears. Pray in your heart, and the Lord can hear it because he doesn't have freaking ears. He's God. He can hear you no matter what, and we go. But
He's
we have
like
to get
the
off
neck.
this island, or all of this will be in vain, and we will all die like your friend.
He grabs the robes in his hands and feels them and looks kind of sad. Fine, but I'm going to pray on my own below deck. I'll cover my ears.
Cover your ears and open your heart to the Lord, as will we all. Now we must go.
He nods and he's going to take the robes from you. He'll head below deck.
All right.
Perhaps I should go with him. I don't know what help I'll be up here. I can't see anything still. Or I don't know. Where do you want me?
I will feel happier with you below deck, safe and sound. Go with the Father. Sit with him. Make sure he covers his ears, because I do not trust this man. And
She can't
keep everyone
see.
safe. Yes, but plug his ears with your fingers or something.
I'll talk to him. It's all
Yes.
right.
Go and be safe. We don't want anybody else hurt.
Father, please, would you guide me downstairs? I've had some trouble with my sight.
I can see that. Of course.
Oh, don't rub it in, Father.
He looks very concerned for you, and he'll gently take your arm and he'll lead you down below deck.
Question about the below deck situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you guys put Pete, right?
Oh yeah, he's down up down there. Yep, 100% true.
Okay.
That's
Could you,
fine.
oh, by the
discover
way,
that.
could you tell Pete that both of his brothers are dead now, please?
And his
Just
mother.
let him know.
I'll deal with that when
Yeah.
I get down there, I suppose. Because you guys like tied him up. You guys like stowed him down there, didn't you?
He's in the
And to be
brig.
fair, for all you
Okay,
people at
okay.
home, that was because his brother told us to. We didn't do that ourselves.
Mhm.
So
And
we're
it,
nice.
it saved his life. It
Yeah.
saved
It's
him.
alive.
So
He's the last remaining Edmondson, so you
He's
know.
the
Yeah.
last one.
we'll see how he feels about that. But okay, cool.
All right. So you guys are making your last preparations. Robert, you're rowing out on a small boat with
Yep.
a corpse out on your own.
Mhm.
Those of you on the ship, they're raising up the ramps. You guys are getting ready to set sail. You can see some of the congestion in the dock is now starting to clear away as people have been boarding their ships and moving away. You can still see Kapow firing the cannon just straight up into the air. It looks like they're blanks. Just warning people to cover their ears and get to safety.
And did Frida get on the boat?
I don't think anybody went and got Frida, did
I
they?
said I was gonna go get
Oh.
Frida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Because
get
we
back
went- that
with
was-
Frida.
Wonderful. Frida's on the boat.
Yeah, she'll load up on the boat with you guys. And as you're getting the last preparations to depart the ship, suddenly storm clouds just come rolling in on the horizons so unnaturally quickly. It looks like a huge blanket that's just unrolling and unraveling across the sky. Just dark gray storm clouds, followed by cracks of lightning and thunder and heavy rain that just comes on faster than any weather you've ever seen. Oh, yeah?
Sorry, I was just gonna say Constance starts shouting like up, up toward the deck. It's time! This is it! This is the sign! Quickly, everyone! Just sort of sounding the alarm.
Okay.
This is what happened right before the mermaid came by, right? Okay.
Yep. The crew starts kind of getting a pep in their step and hurrying up even more as you shout that. And you guys start to depart. And as your ship starts taking off, you guys hear another crash of thunder, and it sounds almost like it's rolling off that thunder. You hear a beautiful but deep and bellowing female voice.
Or we would.
Where is Abela? Where is my son? And it just echoes across the entire sky. And then off in the distance, you guys can see just a humongous tentacle raise out of the sky. And you see it slam down over a smaller boat towards the front, and it just cleaves that boat in half. You can see people screaming and jumping off the boat. And then there's a bit of quiet for a moment as that tentacle sinks below the water. And then just a handful more erupt out of the water and just start crunching ships. What are you guys doing? You're in command of this ship.
Okay. All right, so everyone's hopefully we're plugging up our ears so we can't hear a beautiful mermaid song. That's step one. All the crew has hopefully got on to step one. Makes it harder to give them orders, but we'll figure that out. Step two is, what the hell do we do about a kraken? I don't know how to do anything with a kraken. Our initial research into a kraken only said nobody knows how to kill a kraken. So I don't know what we can do. They're very good at destroying ships like these. Robert is off by himself with a corpse.
Yeah. Would I be able to hear her voice from where I am?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I need to do my job. So I'm going to hold up Zacharias and call out, "He's here! Right here!"
Excellent. All right, let's see here. Let's get a little bit of a roadmap here. So let's get these
Matt,
guys
that
out
was
of the way.
that was not the plan.
The new plan.
Robert directly calling attention to himself from the mermaid was not the plan.
All right.
Might
Here's
have been
another
Robert's
picture
plan.
of a
It
kraken.
was Robert's plan.
I don't
Which
love
is-
that.
So this thing is wrecking ships currently. Let's see here. Maybe.
Hello. It's a sea monster. Oh no! Disappeared.
There we
Oh,
go.
it's back.
Yeah, there we go. So you guys see the Kraken wrecking ships up towards this direction, right? Robert, you're rowing off in that direction. What are you guys doing? You guys have kind of an open lane. You're in the priority lane of ships where you kind of had quick access to the harbor. There's a line of boats in the way that are currently getting crunched kind of at a rapid pace, but you've definitely got some time. Robert's holding up the corpse. Are you guys going towards the Kraken? Or are you trying to flee the Kraken?
All right.
I don't think this is a fighting thing. For Constance's money, at least, she has expressed that she thinks the best course of action would be to GTFO, get on land and never sail again, ever.
Yeah.
Galen,
Yes.
do you think that we could lie to a mermaid and say a Bela killed her son and then give her a Bela's corpse?
I
Oh, I
did
like
think
this.
about lying.
Deception is the better part of valor. So yes, let us do this.
Would you like me to run and get a Bela's corpse?
Are we at the dock
Okay,
still?
Yeah, I don't know if we can get the
Chase
corpse
said
quickly.
while we were docking up that was what
Well,
was
you guys are
happening.
just starting to set off, so I
Okay.
mean, you would have to kind of
I-
reset up and redock a little bit. But
I'm really good at boat hopping.
or you could just go hop off.
Oh,
You could drop anchor right there, and you could head back.
Okay. Okay.
Chase,
yes,
really quick, could
this
you
is good.
reshare the picture of the Kraken? Chat wasn't able to see
Oh, yeah.
it. Okay. Katie,
I don't-
try
I
that.
don't know if
maybe?
they
I don't
can
think
still.
Foundry
I
is
don't
up.
think I don't even see Foundry on the stream. Ah ha
There it is.
ha!
There
Nice.
it is.
there we go.
Look at that
There's your
very
Kraken.
untraditional Kraken.
Chonky
kinda-
Kraken.
This
Yeah.
thing is humongous. I mean, that looked like an island from the water. So there's
He's-
the back is.
He is the turnip of Krakens, Enti.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay. I think you're right. I think this is the plan. Katrina, go and
Okay.
find the Bella's body. I will talk to the mermaid and we will see what we could do. And I'd like to go to the prow of the ship, stand on it, take my ear coverings off, and say, "Your son is dead. It was Bella who did it. The death of her son was the last straw. We have taken vengeance for you, creature. We have killed Bella to avenge your son. Abate your wrath.
Okay.
Your
There's
vengeance has been fulfilled."
there's no response, but you do see away from the destruction, you can see a glowing light in the water, like a glowing bluish green that's illuminating the surface. It's extra identifiable because of the dark clouds overhead, making the surface of the water pretty dark. And you see it start coming towards your ship, but then it veers off, and you see it start heading off towards Robert.
Would I have
Okay.
heard what Galen yelled?
No, probably not.
Oh no.
There's thunder and rain, and yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
All right, Robert, from your perspective, you shouted that you're holding up this corpse, and you can see that light was moving towards their ship and then is now veering off towards you. What are
Okay.
you doing?
All right. As soon as I see it veering off towards me, I'm gonna like prop him up. If there's any sunglasses, I'd like to put them on him, and then I will jump off and try to swim away.
Okay, you swimming away from the boat. Excellent.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. You need to make me a force test. The water is not
Alright.
necessarily calm right now because it is starting to storm.
We have
Okay.
10 blessed dice
Oh,
and 9
snap.
cursed. I don't necessarily want to encourage the cursed on this roll, but they're there.
Hey, you mentioned them. I will use 3 cursed dice.
Yeah. It's a
4
big
successes.
4
Bloody hell.
successes. You are just hauling it to the boat.
I
You're
promised.
swimming the best you've ever swam in your life. It feels great. You're tackling over the waves. The sea seems to be in your favor. And you see that light goes past you and starts heading towards the boat. You can see this figure in the water as you swim by. As your head is under the water and under the waves, you can see this figure heading towards the boat,
my
illuminating this
gosh.
bright green color. And you see her rise out of the water, and you can see her pull herself onto the boat. And it looks like she's sobbing back behind you, holding that body as she just falls back first into the water with Zacharias.
All right. Yeah, I'm booking it back to the ship.
Okay. All right, Katrina, you're going and you're grabbing Bela's body.
Yes.
Okay. This seems to have bought you some time. Galen, the crew back on the boat, starts pointing out Robert as he's swimming like an absolute animal towards the ship. People start throwing out ropes and stuff to help pull him on.
Good.
And just about the same time, Katrina, you get back with Bela. The crew pulls up the boat as close as they can. They help you up there with her corpse. And what are you guys doing now?
Okay.
I think that we should put the sword in Bela's hand and dump her body overboard. I know that removes us a weapon, but then it puts like, hey, this is the weapon that killed so and so. I don't know if mermaids smart.
We have a question that must be answered very quickly.
Okay.
If we distract this mermaid, if we bring her to us and we present her with this body, or if we leave the body for her to find, will we shoot the mermaid? We have at our disposal the means for her destruction.
But then the Kraken will kill us all.
But if she lives, the Kraken may kill us all and future generations who live here.
Only if sacrifices are made to her, correct?
Perhaps so. Are we happy with this situation? Is leaving the mermaid alive good? I mean, I do not wish to kill a Vaesen, I suppose, if we can calm one, but she has not been a very calm presence on this isle for 30 years. Was Bela the problem, or is the mermaid the problem?
Are we
happy with this? I do not know.
The way that I see it, Galen, is that it was humans that were killing people. The humans
Mermaids
are dealt
don't
with.
kill people. Humans kill people.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Then we present. Then we leave this body.
Yes, and gun is plan B, I guess, if worst comes to worst.
The gun is for our protection, not for her death.
Right.
Are we agreed?
Agreed.
Then this body must be presented to the mermaid. Perhaps she will learn not to trust humans in the future. The one human she worked with has killed her son. Maybe you are right. Maybe this, if she believes it, will be what we need to restore peace to the Isles.
Chase, may I feel my way back up the stairs onto the deck?
Yeah, for sure.
Constance has sensed a shift in plans upon hearing Galen shout about Bela murdering the Zacharias. So she's just gonna figure out what's going on. You don't have to recap, but she'll just kind of feel her way to you guys and just wants to be with you in, for whatever comes next.
In our last moments.
Constance,
excellent.
You journeyed to Graveyard Isle. You saw this beast before any of us. Do you agree with the plan? Do you think we offer this body as the killer of her son?
I think this is probably the best chance we have of getting out alive. We cannot kill that Kraken.
No, it's really big. So scary.
Constance, you hear a voice in your head, a whisper. We can.
Oh.
You feel your palm warm a little bit, though your vision is still dead.
Does it have any visual effect? Like, does the tattoo glow or anything that they would notice?
No, they don't see anything.
Okay, then Constance is like mid sentence, like mid agreeing with you, like, yeah, I think this is a good idea, and then she just cuts off mid sentence as if she has heard something. um, do you truly think that the mermaid is going to cause future problems?
I do not know. I think the more we talk, the more I am convinced perhaps this is the best course of action. Teach her to deal with humans and accept sacrifices is not to her benefit, and she can live peacefully. And hopefully this will not repeat itself. I do not know, but
Okay,
I'm not sure I am comfortable killing another creature.
I think you're right. I think perhaps Katrina should have the steel bullets at the ready in case things don't go as we want. But this seems like the most reasonable plan A.
We should act quickly, though.
Yes.
I don't think we have much time.
Put the rapier in her belt.
All
and,
right.
And throw her from the ship, or do we present her? I do not know. Maybe we leave her and we try and escape.
I'm going to pick up the body. I think that we'll just shout an announcement and toss her overboard.
And offer it to the sea. Yes, this is good.
Okay. Does someone else want to do the talking?
How good are you feeling at deception, Galen?
Look, I do not hope I have to roll. I do not think she thinks I am very famous, so my manipulation is only a 4. But
presently, my manipulation would
you are too battered and hurt and negative, sure.
But I have a talent that gives me +2 when cheating and deceiving. So I would be at a 5.
Then you can announce this. You know this mermaid. Announce that we have killed the person who killed her son, and offer her as a sacrifice to this creature so she may leave.
Okay. I think Constance would volunteer to do this anyway because she feels that kind of burning in her palm. So she also kind of thinks that maybe she could do something if things went badly.
If Robert's okay with it, I'm going to pass the body actually off to Robert because I just remembered my job was to hold the gun.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely.
A little unwieldy.
Okay, so Katrina's got the pistol with the special bullets at the ready. Robert's got the body. Constance is ready to diplomatize. All right. You guys continue sailing forward. There's just absolute destruction off on the horizon. Lightning, thunder, crashing wood, people screaming, tentacles rising and falling. Below you hear Father Udgrin shouting his prayers to God, and you can hear Pete is awakened and is yelling and cursing at him from down below. And shortly after, as you guys are progressing forward, you see that light start to glow up in the water again, and you see it start to quickly approach your ship. And as it does, you guys can see the finned figure in the water coming at you just with a lightning speed. And as it approaches your ship, it leaps out of the water like a dolphin, just flies directly over your ship. And as it does a front flip. The fins turn to legs, and it lands on the middle of your deck. And this woman stands in front of you, just pure black eyes, an angry expression on her face, looking at each of you. Do any of you guys have your ears covered?
I think the default plan is to have our ears covered at all times, and we talk like this, and then we put them back. Has been so far what we've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you cover your ears as she's on the deck. She looks around at each of you. She says you can hear it.
Say that again? You dropped for a second.
She says, but
she says
it's very appropriate timing.
You can hear it.
It happened at the same exact point.
That's us covering our ears. She said, "What? What did she say?"
Well, she says something we can't hear it, so that's all right.
But we don't know what she said still, Chase. You cut out at the exact same
spot.
spot.
I don't think we know
that is what he said.
Yeah. She said something, but you don't understand what she says because your ears are covered.
Perfect.
Okay.
Constance.
My role playing was 2 on point.
Oh, okay.
I'll give her a little poke in the back.
All right. Constance will turn approximately where she thinks the mermaid is.
I'll turn you.
Okay.
Face it.
All right. And she will slowly uncover her ears and say,
There's no music when you uncover your ears. As you
Okay.
uncover your ears, her attention snaps towards you. Just a glowering that you can feel like a burning rage digging into your soul.
We've avenged your son. She'll motion toward Robert because I assume she knows at least where in the direction Robert is standing.
Yeah, Robert will bring the body.
This is the woman who killed your son, and that is the weapon. And we have visited her, visited your son's fate upon her tenfold. I'm sorry for your loss, but this was not at our hand. Please leave these people alone. They did nothing. And take this as penance.
She just stares at you for a moment. Her head turns to the side, kind of an inquisitive expression. And I'm going to need you to roll me that deception. But before you do, she finally speaks. Do you speak the truth to me, mortal? And as she says that, she starts humming. And I need you to make me an observation test.
Dang it, Chase. I'm not so good at this. I need to take some of these blessed dice.
Wine.
I'm going to take 4. Okay, please. 2 successes.
Two successes.
2 successes. You feel for just a brief moment that song intoxicates you, and you feel compelled to tell her the truth. Like she's just your most trusted friend. But then you realize that there's some kind of magic coming over, and you're able to shrug it off, and you can say what you wish. So go ahead and roll me that lie.
If anything, that should give you a bonus to lie.
I
She
agree.
thinks she's been enforced to tell the truth.
Oh, it does. Yeah, absolutely.
Corey,
Oh,
you
okay.
could use all 11 blessed if you
Use-
felt like.
Use
Yeah.
every
Oh,
Yeah,
I did
single
use 4.
die
I should put
Right.
that in.
possibly available.
Okay.
Give us some fine wine.
Would you like some wine? Drink off the grief. Okay. So base, I'm at 5 dice, and we have 7 blessed still. This
And
does
6
feel
cursed.
pretty dang important,
I
doesn't
would
it?
think you use
all-
both.
I would use all 7 blessed. I would not use any cursed because I don't want it to be like
Okay.
she believes you, but she kills everybody anyway.
That's a really good point.
Okay.
7 blessed is
All right,
fine.
I'll use the blessed dice. I'm using the rest of the blessed dice.
And then push yourself until you die.
I got 1.
Since she thinks you're ensorcelled, that's all you need.
Oh!
Okay, yeah, I say, yes, I'm telling you the truth. Now, please, take your son, take his murderer, and leave in peace.
She walks towards you pretty aggressively, and she's gonna, but you can't see her, so you don't really see her approaching. The rest of you see her approaching, Constance. She's gonna reach down, she's gonna grab your wrist. You feel a cold, scaly hand grab your wrist, Constance.
Is it the
And-
tattoo wrist?
Yeah, she pulls your hand
Oh.
up, and then she forces your fingers open. You bear the same mark as her order. They were supposed to be with us. So what's her excuse? Why did she kill my boy?
Do you see my injuries? And with my free hand, I motion to my face.
Yeah, you don't hear any response.
I tried to stop her. She turned against the order. I do not know why, but I assure you, the rest of us are with you, myself included. I bear the injuries of trying to protect your son and failing, I am devastated to say. But I hope you will also take my injuries as penance further for the great loss of your son.
She kind of steps back and just looks absolutely disgusted. There can be no penance that can settle my grief for what she's done. I don't want to touch the filthy bag that holds her dead bones. Throw her into the sea.
I'll nod to Robert.
Robert stabs the mermaid. I didn't hear what was going on. You
Plan
murdered.
B? Plan B?
I mean, if there's like a gesture towards the sea, then Robert will bring
Yeah,
her
she'll
over.
point at the body and gesture overboard with a very authoritative gesture.
Okay. Robert will like raise it above his head and just launch it.
Okay. She looks over the side of the boat and watches the body sink. And then she turns towards all of you. You go back and you tell your order what has happened here. They need to get themselves together, or I will be bringing a vengeance upon them personally. I will leave you all be. Your ship has passage. But this filthy empire that Abela has built is going to suffer for what she did.
Good.
This isle belongs to me now.
Don't mind this. This is okay.
Constance will just nod silently.
She doesn't wait for any more response. She turns away and she jumps off of the ship. The graceful flip, you can see her feet turn into fin again. And then the green glow surrounds her, and you see her swim under your boat and start heading towards the monstrous creature, which is still wrecking boats.
I think Constance's legs are shaking so badly. She just like collapses a little bit. All right. Okay. We did it, right? Did we do it?
I don't know. Did we do it? I
Did
didn't
we?
hear any of this.
Did we do
this
it?
is
Seems
right?
okay.
Is everything okay?
Are we okay?
I think so.
Yeah.
Were you all covering your ears for that whole conversation?
Yes, the
Yep.
whole
Yes.
thing. I heard nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just
Yes,
nodding along.
I think I did it. Where is she? Where's the Kraken? Have they left? Is everyone
They-
all right?
They looked like they left to go to the Isle. I think.
You still see the Kraken off in the distance, still destroying ships. And you can see the glow is now over there by the Kraken.
We have passed. What would we do now? It's not
We
attacking
go?
us.
Oh, I guess I'll say we have passage. She said the Isle is hers now, and she will leave us alone. And she is extremely angry at Abela's order.
This sounds to me all good things.
Frida
Isles
comes
don't have
walking up
people
on
on
the
it.
deck and puts a hand on Constance's shoulder. Constance, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
I'll grab it with my. Constance has kind of tucked her scarred hand. She's kind of holding it as if her arm just hurts, so she'll grab Frida's hand with her clean hand
Okay.
and stand up.
All right. And you guys are just continuing onwards?
I think Rekka Isle has returned to the mermaid's control. It was never a place for humans to be anyway. This was not a natural place for us to stay. There is no real food here that is not ensorcelled. I think things are back to how they should be. And we should go home.
We've destroyed an entire industry.
This is
The
okay.
crew is
I bought
kinda
shares in a
solemn.
competing industry. This is great for me.
This is a loss for us all. There had to have been a better way.
The crew and Frida are all solemn as you guys are sailing forward away from all the chaos, and they're just watching as boats are getting wrecked. People are screaming. You see tentacles fling people up in the air and crushing them. But your ship.
Even with the mermaid there, the Kraken is still just rampaging.
Mhm.
Okay.
You can see even at one point the mermaid gets on top of the Kraken's back, and you can see it let out this bellowing scream that seems to send just a wave of chaos and madness. You can see people on ships tearing their hair out, clawing their faces, similar to how you saw happen to Frida's crew when you were on your way here.
Okay,
But your ship seems undisturbed as you sail forward.
Yeah, I think we just gotta go. I think there's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just fucked it up. We gotta go home.
I think we screwed up bad, and we live to fight another day.
Okay. All right. Agreed? Is that the decision?
What else do we do? Die?
Robert
Okay.
would probably go to Galen and say, "You have books about krakens, right?"
I can try to find something, but I have not
Yeah.
yet seen anything about how to defeat one.
All right. I'll remember where this was.
Of course.
Does it look like
Robert-
any of the other ships are getting out, Chase?
A couple are squeaking by, but it's not many. There are a lot of tentacles, and they're destructive. And when one tries to get away, even some of the bigger ships, it looks like they don't get immediately crushed, but a tentacle will grab them and hold them in place. You can see the mermaid flipping around, and it looks like she's on ships killing people. Looks like people
That
start
is-
killing themselves as she seems to be controlling their minds. It's a bad sight.
Maybe okay, hold on. There's one last question. We have gained safe passage, but we have not quelled the beast. Maybe we ram the Kraken and we shoot the mermaid. People are dying here.
Frida
had hoped-
turns towards you. That is suicide. Do you not see what it's doing?
Yes, it is killing everyone and everything here. We can
Yeah.
leave. I am happy to. I will not stop anyone who wants to leave.
I
But maybe
thought
maybe
I
this is.
bargained for everyone, but
I thought so too, but instead we have only bargained for ourselves.
we can't just
Maybe
let this
the final
happen.
bargain must be done with a bullet.
Do I still feel that warmth, Chase?
It's faintly there.
When I think about killing the Kraken, do I feel it?
When you think about killing the Kraken,
Yeah.
the same warmth stays, but you hear a voice respond in your head. We can.
Okay. We can't just let these people pay for what we've done.
Okay,
That's not fair.
then let's kill the thing.
We can't kill that. Are you insane? Constance, is there something I don't know about? Some plan like with the boat that you have? I know that was you. I saw it. You glowed.
I can kill it. I can kill the Kraken. I know I can.
Are you sure, Connie?
Yes.
I'm going to flip open my revolver and check my bullets. I count 4 remaining and I close it. In that case, I can kill its owner.
Frida, there is a lot that you don't know about me and about all of us. But I'm afraid, like last time you asked, there is just no time to explain right now. Perhaps we can send some of the crew here on an escape vessel of some sort.
Constance, do not worry about the crew. We can take the boat. We can take the rowboat. We can take the small vessel. Frida, I couldn't give you the herring I promised. Here is a boat instead. The ship is yours. Take it to safety, and we will take the lifeboat, possibly to our deaths. But if we kill the Kraken, come back to pick us up, please.
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 She looks
Now-
around, and the crew on the ship is all kind of looking at each other. These are all close confidants of yours. They're people that have helped you on previous jobs, informants. They're all kind of trying to get a vibe check on each other. And Frida sighs and shakes her head. I swore on my dad's grave I was going to live a life of adventure. Let's see how it plays out. I'm good on a cannon.
Let's go.
All right. To the Kraken.
Katrina's going to turn and look at Galen. Galen, I'm going to need you to do what you do best. Make a scene.
Okay, let's try and distract the mermaid, shall we?
You hear the person who's driving your ship. Are we driving towards it then?
To the Kraken.
Okay. The ship veers off of your free path home and turns towards the absolute destruction. All right. What are you guys doing? What's your positions here? What's your plans?
All
What
right.
a good question.
I think the way I see it is we are all on a big boat. The boat itself has turned to face the Kraken. We are, as fast as is humanly possible, all sails, full sails towards the Kraken. The plan at some point is we need to get the mermaid alone up somewhere and shoot her, and we're letting Constance deal with the Kraken. However, she's going to do this. And she seemed to hear us before, and she seemed to respond in certain ways. So I think we might be able to get her on the ship. So, Katrina, I will try and lure this mermaid for one last time onto the ship. As soon as she arrives, do not let her speak. Do not let her open her mouth. The moment she is on the boat, you need to shoot. Could you do this?
Of course. And for the very first time, Katrina takes off her coat, very neatly folds it, and sets it aside because she needs full range of motion to kill this lady of a bitch.
Robert,
Okay.
Yes.
prepare yourself. I do not believe we still have this sword. The sword is in the ocean now. You may just
Right.
keep everybody else safe. If something
Robert,
happens,
perhaps
tackle
you can
them,
stay with
move
me.
them. Stay with Constance.
I can't see the Kraken or anything. You'll need to tell me when we're close enough.
All right.
Yes,
I've got
Robert,
you, Constance.
You can be Constance's eyes, and I will try and get a mermaid onto the boat. Let's go. On
Okay.
to society on 3, everybody. Hands in.
Constance just hugs all of you.
Oh.
Okay.
Bunch of the crew gets in there and puts hands in.
Hands in, everybody. Society on 3, ready.
The wolf right here with us.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 1,
One,
2, 3. Society.
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 That's what everybody. That's what that thing is called. Okay, this thing of ours. All right, so let's go. And as the ship approaches, I think Galen is again standing up as far onto the front of the ship as he can, and he shouts and he says, "Creature, mermaid, there is one more thing that must be discussed. One final sacrifice to be made. Return here, because you do not know the full story. You have been lied to."
Okay. The mermaid seems to hear you. You can see it on the back of the Kraken currently, raising a trident in the air, doing some sort of magic, and you can see its head snap towards you. And it dives into the water. You can see the light glowing towards it. And it's going to swim back over and do the same maneuver. It's going to fly out of the water, flip, and land on your ship. Trident held in one hand. What is it?
I'm going to shoot it.
Yes, straight away. The second it appears.
Yes.
Let's
All
go.
right.
It lands and I bam, first shot.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. It's time to go into initiative.
Oh,
We don't need
no.
initiative. We're going to kill it in one
We're
shot.
just going to kill it in one go.
The first shot. Initiative's fine.
All right. I'm putting all you guys in initiative. I'm going to let Katrina go first because you have the jump on this thing for sure.
Okay.
Let's see. This needs to go into combat. You all need to go into combat.
It literally doesn't, like, if this first shot doesn't happen, we'll all just be dead. So we don't even need. There's no backup plan.
There's no backup plan at all.
It's just 4 bullets in the gun.
All right. This thing gets 2 turns. Let's see. I'm going to draw cards here. All right. We've got. That's good for you guys. Sea Monster has a 10. Constance has an 8.
Okay.
Let's see. Mermaid has a 5. Second mermaid has a 7.
I'm like,
I'm just gonna put Katrina at a 0.
Wait,
I'll
second
put you at a 1.
mermaid. What?
It's got 2 turns in initiative. 1 mermaid, 2 turns.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
everyone's heart's just going.
Robert has a 3, and
Okay.
Galen has a 4.
Can I
This
trade
was a
mine
pretty good
with
draw for
Constance?
us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so we have got Katrina first, then Robert, then Galen. Then we've got both turns of the mermaid, and then we've got Constance, and then the Kraken. So,
Robert wanted to swap
Yeah.
with me.
okay, you got it.
That is
Let's do-
acceptable.
So we'll give you a 3. And we'll
Yes.
give Robert an 8.
Um,
Okay.
can I sorry to retcon stuff, but Constance will have handed Robert her gun because she obviously can't use it. So there's
Yeah.
no steel bullets, but
Okay.
it's something. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's a gun. I'll
Yeah.
take a gun.
I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Okay. Katrina, you had the gun ready. You're up.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
Should
this
I
thing
use?
We have
It has-
blessed dice.
Should I
has
use
no
them?
dodge. It had to use it to get onto your ship. So you've got to go.
I think I'm gonna use
Yes.
all
Now
of
is the
the
time.
blessed dice.
Yeah, all the blessed dice, and then all the cursed dice for killing the Kraken. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
that brings me to a bonus of +3 because I'm -1 from pushing to heal Constance.
Does
In
the weapon?
case-
Does the weapon
Yeah,
have a
don't
bonus
forget
as well?
your weapon bonus. I think it's
Oh,
2.
I think it's 2. That puts
think
me
it's
at
two.
+5.
The bullets give it 1 more.
And then another one.
So I'm +6.
Also, just to
Alright.
note, it's a fast action to react and cover your ears while in combat, since that's
Okay.
relevant for this fight.
Sure.
6. All right, I'm at a +12. I'm at a 12 total dice pool.
Yes.
Let's see how many D6s
All right.
we have.
Just pull a mat and roll 0 successes.
Oh,
5
snap!
successes.
5.
5. So what are you gonna do
Yay.
about that? Chase the dead
Okay,
mermaid.
what's the bonus damage on a pistol?
I
100.
don't know. I
Or
only
what's
have
what's
a
the
rifle.
damage? You have
Oh,
a
no,
The
rifle.
I have a
damage
rif-
is. Oh, sorry. Did I hand you the pit? Oh, you put it
Yeah,
in your
it's just not
rifle.
on a character
Okay,
sheet.
sorry.
Okay. Yeah, what's the damage on the
+2.
rifle?
2.
Okay, so 1 success gives you the 2 damage, and then your other 4, so you're at 6 damage. Did you want to push? It's currently not dead.
I will push.
Oh my.
Push.
Let's push, baby. Why not?
Okay.
I'm so stressed.
Go ahead and push it.
Why didn't it do all the
It's another one.
dice?
It does whatever wasn't a success in the previous roll.
Yep,
Oh.
it keeps
So
the
if you keep all the
successes.
successes, you roll all the failures to add successes.
Got it. All right, I'm a total of 6.
Yeah, that's another
Yes.
one.
Yeah, how do you kill this mermaid?
Yes.
Oh, it's a dead mermaid, everybody. That's how you roll a
Exactly
million
7
dice.
conditions.
Are you for
Ah.
real?
For real.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So, Katrina didn't even wasn't even armed. She took off her jacket, she folded it up, she set it down. We are barreling towards this Kraken as this thing streaks towards us, comes up on deck. She begins to speak. I finally use my talent that I got a few levels ago, lightning reflexes, and quick draw my gun. Just perfect smooth motion, draw, raise, and fire. And it just takes this thing right through the forehead.
Excellent. She looks absolutely shocked. Her mouth just drops open agape. You can see like a greenish black blood start to stream from her lips. And then as she collapses, you can see her body just turns into water. And following the splash of her seawater on the deck, there is a deep, bellowing, angry sound from the sea. And you can see all of those tentacles retract into the water, and then you see that massive creature directly towards your ship and is heading straight for you.
With my fast action, may I put my jacket back on?
You sure can.
Amazing.
Yes.
All right, excellent. That's it for Katrina. All right, Constance. This creature, you see it coming toward you, feel it coming towards you. You still can't see, but you can. It's almost like you can sense a large presence heading towards you, maybe directly beneath the boat, and you feel that burning in your hand, and you feel like it's got like a leash on your wrist. You feel like it's tugging you forward.
Okay. As I hear it coming and everything, I'll like shrug off Robert's arm and like squeeze his hand one more time and say, "Okay, I've got this.
All right, I'm here.
Tell Galen that there is something hidden for him back in the castle, in case you all make it out of this and I don't. You got that?
All right, all
That's
right,
very important.
all right, all right.
All right." And she'll step toward. She'll follow the tether.
Okay. So you're just gonna walk towards where it's leading you.
I guess.
Okay. Notably, your ship can suffer 10 conditions. Just so you guys
we
know
don't
as
need
we
to
go
know
through
this.
this. Yeah. You guys.
It's not relevant information to this
Yeah.
situation.
We're
Fine.
fine.
Because we're gonna kill the
Everything's
Kraken
fine.
right now on this roll.
You guys see Constance walking towards the front of the ship. Constance, it feels like it's urging you on to move faster. You gonna move to a run?
Yeah, I mean, as fast as I can without trip. I mean, I'm probably kind of tripping and stumbling anyway, but yeah,
I
I'm
feel like
moving
your
as quick
feet
as I
are
can.
being guided as you move. Like
Oh.
it's guiding you where you need to go, where it says you need to go.
Okay.
You feel your palm burning and you can feel anticipation building. And all of you guys, it looks like Constance is going to just walk right off the boat. She looks like she's getting ready to just hop off the front into the water.
Would I be able to follow, or is it initiative order?
I mean, if you want to try to stop her, you could take your fast action.
I'm not gonna stop her. I trust her.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you
I
can-
would
you
want to
can-
be right next to her.
Yeah, you can thematically follow her. You just your turn initial will go, but side by side you can.
Right. Yeah, I want to be right there just in case.
Okay. Yeah, Constance, you run, you pick up your pace, and then you feel nothing between your feet anymore, beneath your feet, and you feel the cold rush of water. You can feel yourself sinking. And
Before I hit, before I totally, as I fall, I feel myself falling. I also shout, "Robert, tell Frida I'm sorry." And then I'll go in the water.
you hit the water. As you hit the water, you still can't see. You can feel the presence of the Kraken coming towards you. You feel another massive presence beneath you, like it's getting closer, and you feel compelled to just let yourself sink. And that's it for your turn.
Okay.
All right, Galen, what do you got? Anything?
No, skip. There's
Okay.
nothing. Everything is out of my hands now. I'm
All
just
right.
sitting.
Let's take care of this on your turn then, and I'll let you roll the dice for it.
Sure.
Free to start shouting command. She's obviously a seasoned captain. She
Yep.
says, "Put the ship starboard, ready the cannons," and she starts shouting out orders. And the ship is going to turn its side towards this approaching beast, and you can see all the cannon ports are going to open, and they're going to ready a volley of cannon fire.
Wonderful.
So why don't you go ahead and roll me 20 dice for all of your cannons. That's increased by 4 because Frida is an expert cannoneer.
Oh.
And this is going to be your volley of cannons.
All right. So I'm just rolling range combat with 22 bonus dice because my
Yep.
normal skill is only 2. 3 successes. That's not
3
many.
successes. Would you like to push it?
Oh, yeah, if I can push it.
Yeah.
Would that be taking another physical condition?
Yeah, you're the captain of this ship technically, so I'll let you take the conditions for the push.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let's push it.
Okay. So we've got a total that's a total of 4 there, yeah?
I guess that's a total of 4.
That's
All right,
yeah.
yucky.
Okay.
Total of 4.
That's a total of 9 conditions because cannons have a base damage of 5.
They do.
You could sub damage if you wanted to swap its initiative with yourself, or if you want to do a mental condition to it, or you do all the normal ranged combat options if you'd like.
Oh God, we do so little combat. For ranged combat,
You can move at a location with an extra one. Now the thing is here, so this creature is going to take 2 successes to do the additional effects because it's so large. So if you want to move it, it's 2 of them. If you
there's
wanna
nothing
swap
to do with
initiative, it's
damage.
2 of
I
them.
damage. I just absolutely try and wreck it as much as possible.
Okay.
Shoot
All right,
it
that's
right in the
gonna be-
eye.
Gonna be 9 conditions of damage. Then the cannon volley hits it, and you can see the cannonballs impacted. It looks like they break off pieces of what to be like some kind of chitin or carapace over
Now,
it.
wait a second here, Chase.
Mhm.
Do you remember? I don't know if it's relevant to the situation, but do you remember that as we got on the ship, I asked all of our cannoneers to load their guns with as much pure metal, pure steel things that they could find?
I do recall, and you see
Okay,
some of
good.
that shot hit into it, but it doesn't seem to be more effective than the cannon.
Damn.
It's not
Oh,
susceptible.
do you remember I also told them to put anti-kraken spray on all of their?
Oh, right,
all
the
the cannonballs?
anti-kraken spray.
Remember that? That happened as well. Roll the clip.
So yeah, you see a bunch of experimental and normal cannonballs hit this thing, and the cannonballs themselves seem to be most effective. They crack carapace. Black blood starts to spill out on pieces of this creature, but it is still unfazed and heading straight for your ship.
One of Justin Kapow's messages is just embedded in the Kraken now.
It says, use the code SHIPWRECK for 10% discount on your instant book.
That's hilarious. All right. That's it for you, Galen. All right, Robert,
Sure.
you are following Constance.
Yeah, is Constance just sinking right now?
So yeah, you're diving in after.
Yeah, I am. If she's just sinking, I'm diving in.
Yeah. So you jump in, and you can see she's just floating on her back, just floating downwards, maybe a little more rapidly than she should be for just floating. Like she's going down like a rock.
Oh yeah,
what do you got?
can I grab and like try to pull her back up?
Yeah,
At the very
sure.
least, so she can breathe.
Yeah, absolutely. So you grab her arm and start, and as you grab her arm, you can see a massive form swimming up directly towards her. This thing looks about as big as the Kraken. Deep down beneath the water, you see some kind of huge serpent-like creature with a maw agape, coming directly up towards Constance. It looks like this.
Oh
What the
my
hell is
gosh!
This is too many things. That's the sea serpent.
Wait. Is
Holy-
Tori is Constance summoning this thing to
I
fight the
think
other thing,
so.
and we're actually gonna have a
It
sea
is-
kaiju
it-
battle?
It is the end of God's. It is a Godzilla. This is King Ghidorah has come to help out.
Oh my gosh. That's
Chase,
cool.
I'm freaking out.
But I'm also terrified as Robert. So I'm just like, oh no!
No, it's actually Father Udgrin. He prayed too hard.
Yes,
God has arrived.
sent from God.
Oh man. All right. So you've got her, Robert. You can force test to try to get her above the surface if you want.
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
Okay.
here we go.
Don't mess with it. Don't mess with her.
All right, here we go. Force test.
I
2
I
successes.
don't know if this matters, Chase, but if Constance feels like Robert or whoever is trying to move her not in the direction of the tether, she's gonna try to like get off me.
Yeah. So this is what happens. You actually just feel Robert grab your wrist, and as you grab onto her, Robert, Constance, you black out. You immediately fall unconscious. But as you grab her, Robert, you can see all of the veins in her body, any exposed arms or in her neck, on her face. There's just a stream of orange glow that goes through her body. And it looks like her face starts to shrivel. Her eyes get more dark. Looks like her body is being drained by some kind of force. But as you grab onto her, you can see that your veins glow that orange as well. And you feel just a burst of super strength. You feel like you can pull her up. You feel like you can swim unnaturally fast.
Yeah.
And then you see a glow in this creature's eyes also glow, or a similar orange.
Oh my gosh. Do I see it coming at
Yeah,
us?
it's coming up pretty quickly.
All right, I'm trying my best to get us at least above the surface. It's probably gonna catch us, but I'm gonna work as hard as I can here.
Yeah, with your successes there and that burst of energy from whatever just went through you, you can get her back up on the ship easily. You're swimming as cleanly as that mermaid did.
Back on the ship?
Back on the
Oh
ship.
my
Damn.
gosh!
Okay.
Okay. Katrina! I don't know what's going on with her.
And just as you get her back on the ship, that creature is upon you, the Kraken, and it is going to collide with your ship. This is going to smack down with a tentacle across your boat. Several of them are going to wrap around it. One goes very slowly up and under the boat and wraps around it. You can feel the ship come to a dead halt, and a couple others smack randomly on the deck. I need all of you to make agility tests to avoid getting hit by a tentacle.
I'm unconscious.
You are unconscious.
Can I agility to move Constance?
Yeah, well, her success is going to depend on yours here.
Okay.
It is Katrina's night.
I'm pushing.
We have cursed dice too.
Yeah, guys, don't you want to use some cursed dice? Oh,
I'm
man,
going
good
for
push.
success on the push.
Good push.
I have one. I rolled 1 because my agility is 4, and I have 3 physical conditions. Which means if I failed, I'll be broken, unless I roll cursed dice to add on.
Bill, have you used your memento?
A memento. What does that get me? Does that get me just a?
You can
free push?
heal a condition, and so you can use it as a free push. You can heal the condition and then use the condition.
Look, there's no point pushing because I have 1 die.
That's fair.
Fair.
I'm just
Use
gonna break.
the cursed dice. Oh, you're gonna break? Okay.
Yeah, why don't I just break? I've done everything I can do in this situation.
I mean, you might not break. Should we see
Well,
if
no,
you
it's
break?
like, yeah. Well, look, I'm just gonna fail and see what happens, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm
All
assuming
right.
will give me a condition, and then I'll be broken.
Most likely. Let's see here. So if are you failing then? Can't push it?
Yeah, I rolled 1 die. There's nothing else to roll.
All
And
right.
there's nothing else for me to add.
Yeah. One of
Those
these
are cursed dice for
tentacles.
someone who can use them.
One of these tentacles is going to crush down directly on you, Galen, and you're going to take 1 condition per success here.
You might
Just 1.
All right.
just
2 physical conditions.
Or 2. Nice. Well, that
So
breaks me.
that is going to break you. All right.
Do I roll on the injury
here.
table?
Yeah, we're going to roll on the injury table here.
Hey, this is how I got brain damage.
Yeah.
All right. Physical critical injury. Here we go.
Critical.
Caved in forehead.
Oh my gosh.
Bill, that does not sound good.
No. It's fine. What's the worst that'll happen?
So this is going to kill you in so roll me a d6.
But if I don't, then you can't do anything about it.
Then I could roll the d6.
This is Schrodinger's dice roll.
Caved in forehead. All right. Okay.
This is going to give you the defect of an altered personality.
This
that'll be
is
fun.
fine.
6 is
thank
great.
goodness.
That means you have 6 rounds until you're dead. So
What? Oh my gosh.
Don't worry about it. 6 rounds.
Round.
You know what?
Kraken.
I'm gonna treat this like a car. I'm gonna get like a plunger from the bathroom and some hot water, and we're just gonna pump this right
Pour
out.
some tea over my head and pop it out.
all right, that is and then we have to roll against the boat here. So
Uh-oh.
each one of these successes is doing a damage to your boat.
0.
Wow,
1.
only 1.
Get out of
All
here.
right, you got 9 conditions left on that ship.
The
So
tentacle came right down onto the boat and it hit exactly on top of the main mast and went and then just broke the mast. And that was it. Get out of here.
love that. All right, we're back up to the top of the round of Katrina.
Okay. If I wanted to save a Galen, can I go stabilize him? Because I
You
don't
can. In
think
fact, this is the only chance that you have. So this is actually, you are the only medic on the ship capable of healing him right now. So if you fail,
don't
he's
get this
basically
roll.
dead.
Galen's dead.
Okay,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
fine. I have medical equipment and I have a talent called emergency medicine where I get to ignore conditions when I am using medicine. So I don't take my -2.
Perfect.
I think I might use some curse dice.
Oh, way to curse me. Oh, yeah, now you're better. But you turned
Yeah.
into...
You could always roll and then,
And
Well-
then decide.
yeah, maybe.
Okay. So I'm at a +2. which brings me to a total of 10. So with
You
no
don't need
success,
any extra dice.
let's
Almost
go.
10. Just get 5 successes. You'll be fine.
I got
Wow, 2
Oh!
successes. There you go.
two.
So you're able to dodge out of the way this tentacle, Katrina. One of these tentacles whips around and just knocks Galen so hard across the side of the head that you can see his head cracks into the side of the boat and just a massive contusion on his forehead. You know you gotta treat it immediately or it's gonna be fatal.
Okay.
You're at least able to stabilize it. So Galen, you're not broken. You have altered personality, which I can use against you once this session if I want to. And
you're
but
disfigured.
you just take broken away. All your other conditions are still marked.
Nice.
Okay. You want to save your fast action, Katrina, or you want to do anything with it?
I will save my fast action.
Okay. All right, Constance, you blacked out. You felt yourself sinking to that power, and then you just feel warmth through your entire body, and you're able to open your eyes. You can see for the first time in a while, but you are underwater, and you can see that kraken just above you, but it looks much smaller than it did before. As does the boat.
Chase, am I the sea serpent?
As you look around, you can see a massive tail behind you. You can see massive claws in front of you. You are controlling the sea serpent.
Oh my gosh. This is so amazing.
Yes.
So you have big gnashing teeth. You have claws. You have a tail that can constrict. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go for that kraken.
Okay.
I guess I don't know how many things I can do. I guess I'll just go with my teeth.
Okay.
Actually, no. First, I'm gonna try and wrap my tail around it because I want to try and get it off this ship.
Okay. Gonna wrap your tail around it. Let's see here. This is going to be.
I figured we were gonna have a Godzilla fight. I did not think I would get to participate in the Godzilla fight.
Excellent. All right. So wrapping your tail around and constricting it is going to give you 15 dice.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So
Okay.
go ahead and roll it up.
Okay.
Dice.
2
Alright.
successes.
2 successes. Now you currently can push yourself as this sea serpent. Now, if you push yourself, there's no conditions, there's no penalty for the first one, but you do have a total of 7 conditions you can take before you're broken.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll push myself.
Okay.
No penalty for the first one.
Oh!
7 successes.
7
That's an upgrade.
Successes.
Yeah.
All right. You wrap yourself around this thing. There are bits of keratin that have been blasted away by cannon fire, and there's bleeding wounds. And as you start squeezing this thing, you feel like you can just crunch through this weakened keratin. How do you kill it?
Yes!
Oh my gosh! I whip my tail around and start squeezing and crushing, and then when I feel like I've got enough of a grip and purchase on it, I just pull as hard as I can and I tear it in half. I just tear off its lower half.
Oh man. Yeah, it just crunches apart. The armor is gone. It feels just like a soft, squishy sponge as you tear this thing in two. Those of you on the ship can see what appears to be a large tail of another creature in the water. Robert, you got a glimpse of it. And then you hear this just sickening crunch and tear, and you see black blood flood the water around you like ink. You see those tentacles around your ship slip back down into the water. You hear one last deep bellow, and that thing sinks back into the ocean.
Thank you.
May I breach?
Yeah,
and then
you sure
dive
can.
down. Okay. Yeah, I just want to
Do,
show
like,
off
one
my
little
cool fin. Yeah.
Leap over the water. Yeah, you do
Yeah,
one
I
leap.
want to leap over the boat. I want to do just a arc over the ship
Can we all stand on the boat like in Free Willy and be like, ah!
Yeah, so as you leap over the boat, Galen, you're a little bit disoriented, but you see some massive creature that's not the Kraken. Almost looks like slow motion to you leaping over the boat. Constance, you can see Galen is severely injured, but Katrina is tending to him. You can see Robert holding your shriveling, frail-looking body. You look terrible. But everybody else seems to be safe. You see Frida on one of the cannons. And then as you leap back down into the water, everything goes black again. And we are out of initiative. What are you guys doing?
I mean, I'm taking Constance to Katrina as quickly as I can because I can't do anything about this. Katrina, can you do anything?
Katrina's gonna turn around and immediately start treating Constance.
And as you try to treat Constance, there's nothing that you know how to treat. You've never seen anything like this before. As you start looking for injuries or something to do, she starts babbling incoherently. It doesn't sound like any language that you know or that even Galen understands. Just very softly babbling nonsense. So she seems to be alive. She's breathing. But other than that, she's completely incapacitated.
There is like a long exhale as Katrina finally rocks back on her heels and looks between Robert and Galen. I don't know how to fix this. I think that we should take her to where Linnea is. Maybe they can help her there.
Yeah.
I agree. And all we can do is pray for her. Please take my hands. Let us close our eyes and join in prayer. I did have a changed personality, didn't I? From my injury.
Galen, are you feeling quite all right? You've had, I know that I was joking about a head injury before, but you really have.
When that creature hit me, I saw a light. I was there at the pearly gates in front of St. Peter, and he said, Galen, you have to pray more. We cannot let you in.
Oscar comes rising up from below the deck with an excited look on his face.
Father, please, come, lead us in prayer.
You've seen an angel, my son.
I have seen an angel. He was like, Galen, you look good, but you're dead. And I can't let you in. You haven't been good enough. So please join, Father. I must atone. We must pray and ask for Jesus' mercy to keep this young woman alive.
He comes rushing over and he kneels down and he will pray with you.
Let's pray.
The grim moment is kind of broken by cheers off on the horizon. You can see some ships are sailing around, those that are still intact, and there are sailors cheering and whooping as they look upon your ship.
I mean, we saved him.
We did.
All right.
Katrina will call for Frida, ask if Frida can arrange rescue for the boats that were destroyed. Maybe there's some people still floating in the waters that we can save. And then I think she's going to lean against the side of the boat and take a well-deserved rest.
Yeah, I think it's time to go home.
I think it's time to go home.
All right. And with that is going to conclude this mystery. So, are we okay to go over some aftermath overhead?
I think so.
Please.
You guys are heading home. Frida does as you asked. She helps clean up debris, rescue survivors. She's very crucial in the cleanup as you guys rush back home. You said you're going to the sanitarium where Linnea was, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Yeah, so as you guys leave, Frida does help get a lot of survivors. A lot of boats were wrecked, a lot killed, but there's tons of people on the mainland still that did not fall victim to this massive creature. As you guys get Constance back to the shore, and you get her back home and you take a long trip to Uppsala, she doesn't ever seem to sleep. She doesn't ever seem to take a break. She just keeps muttering the same nonsense. her body doesn't seem to deteriorate anymore, but she just looks like a sickly husk at this point. Her hair maybe starts to fade more from a blonde to a white, and it just looks like her entire essence has been sapped away. As you guys get back to the sanitarium, you'll see Linnea there working as a receptionist, not currently checked in.
Oh, good on her.
And she'll stand and greet all of you when you walk in. Back from the most recent task?
Yes, it was not a good one.
It was.
Oh dear. And she'll look at Constance, and she'll step forward, and she'll take her hand, and she'll put an ear close and start listening to her babbling. Tell me everything that happened.
I mean, can we just say that we do, or would you like a lovely recap?
Yeah, no, you can. Yeah, is there anything you guys are leaving out? Anything you're drawing attention to?
I think just this. I'm assuming by now we've seen the symbol on her hand. We recognize.
Yeah, it doesn't glow anymore, but it's definitely like burned, almost like a deep indent engraved into her hand at this point.
I believe she has been cursed. This thing she found the first time we left here, the first mission we did together, it has corrupted her, and finally it seems it has gone too far. And she has been reduced to this. Not for self, not the power she did not use for herself. She tried to save us, and she succeeded. She saved hundreds of people. And this is the price that it seems she has paid.
A great sacrifice. Dabbling in magic is a dangerous thing. Who's to say if it was the right decision or not? Out of her league with that one. Not something that should be played with, ever. Magic is fickle. The outcome won't always be good, either.
Linnea. It's a bit cold to mention that now.
It's a bit cold, but it's important. The
Can you
line of
help
work,
me?
the mantle that you've picked up. I've lost too many to magic. I've also almost lost myself to magic. It's a lesson that is hard, but it's one that must be heard. Understand?
I'm saying it's a lesson we've learned. And she gestures to Constance. We have felt it far more deeply than your words can encapsulate.
You're still young in this business. Perhaps you have felt it. I hope that you felt the worst of it. But it's not time to lose hope quite yet. I don't know how to help her, or if she can be. I have some friends over in Britain. There's another group, similar to the Society. They reside in a castle called Rosehold. I have a friend there, an expert in magic, and I believe I've heard him mutter a similar language before. If you want to help her, perhaps you should take her there. Maybe they can do something for her.
And this is where we will go. Next time on Vaesen.
Excellent. With that, we will come to a close. You guys in the sanitarium, as the adventure wraps up, and as you guys are traveling to England, it takes some time to travel to England. It's a very long ways away from where you are currently. But as you guys walk through the streets, settling up plans to travel to England, there's a nice chill in the air carrying on Uppsala. And in the days to come, you guys see news articles of a horrible hurricane that struck Wrecker Isle, killing the Amundsen family that was in charge. And then you hear sailors' tales as you're getting passages with your boat set up of legendary creatures that were on the seas, great tentacles and serpent-like creatures, and some sort of legendary magical ship sent from God that destroyed the creatures. And as these tales hit your ears, you guys don't get any recognition. Nobody knows that it's you, but the tales carry along the way. And you guys, along the whole way, carry your ally in your arms, still muttering. conditioning looking like it's gradually worsening. And you guys head on your way off to England. And that's where we will wrap up this campaign. So, wonderful time, everybody. Good job. Anything you guys wanted to add before we call it a season?
I did want to know if Robert told Galen about the puzzle at the castle.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, I'd say like.
Or if he decided. I wondered what Robert did with that information.
So, there were two things that Constance told him, but Robert was like, okay, I'll remember the Galen thing, but I want Constance to be able to say whatever she needs to say to Frida herself. So he would definitely have let Galen know. It's like, she's got this thing. We might want to check it out. It might be something that might help.
Yeah. I mean, I would, if there's time before we leave, I'd check the castle, see what Constance left there.
That is a good point that chat brings up as well. As you guys are getting ready to travel, Frida will ask to come with you.
No! Get out of here, Frida! No, that's great. That's
She'll track you guys down as you're getting your travels set up, and she'll check on Constance, and she'll ask to come with.
And we can bring August along as well.
Yes.
And Horace. We need a gardener on the ship.
Horace's father.
Everybody, everyone we've met is on board. The doctor's with us, the butler, everybody.
But
Fantastic.
what was hidden?
Yeah, what was it? What was left at the castle?
You find a small packet with a notebook and 3 letters, one addressed to each of you. And the notebook is just full of all of her notes on this society and the magic and everything that she had managed to learn that she hadn't maybe shared with you guys openly. So basically just all of everything she knew, and then 3 letters to you. And I'll I don't know. Do you want me to put them in the Discord or?
Yeah, why don't we
we can each read our own letters.
We'll have that be a final treat in the Vaesen Discord where we've been putting the handouts. So
Okay.
let's get a Discord link up in here in production if we could. Anybody wants to go read those final letters from Constance, we'll post them up shortly.
Okay. Hang on, I got a Vaesen discussion. That's the right one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That is the one.
Okay. We will start with Katrina. I'll tag you, Em, so that
Thank you.
see it specifically.
Excellent. Well, guys, this has been our Vaesen campaign. We called it Answers from Ashes. If you didn't catch why it was called that, go back and watch the episodes. I dropped it a couple of times. We don't know if this is going to be a season 1. We don't know if we'll do another season. We might not. If we do end up doing a second season, you'll start with an ally in Rosehold, which will be Frida, and we'll go over that when we get there. But
Yes.
For now, that's to be determined. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on this campaign, guys. I thought it was an absolute blast. Players, I hope you enjoyed it. I loved that ending. I didn't think you guys were going to go for it. I thought you were going to leave the destruction behind, which would have also been its own kind of awesome, but I liked this. You guys had a very heroic ending moment, and Constance kind of did herself pretty rough there at the end, but I thought it was super cool. One last little
Worth
way
it.
to save an island.
Super worth it.
Excellent. Well, we have a few more minutes here. Is there anything you guys wanted to chat about the campaign before we call it a night, players?
Do you want us to read the letters?
Oh yeah, do you already have them posted? We could read
Yeah,
the
I
letters.
threw them up there.
Yeah, let's do it. Do you guys want to read your letters? We down with
I
that?
would
read 'em out. Read 'em
love
out for
to
everybody
read
to
Can
know.
I
Alright.
make a selfish request? And I want to know, I want you guys to paint a little scene. I want to know where your character like takes the letter to read it. You know, like where are you going? What does it look like?
Go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Who wants to
So we'll
start?
start with, we'll do in order as they were.
Okay, so Katrina first. Katrina is going to take the letter to the most peaceful place that she knows of, which is the garden. It's all nice and lovely, and it's a little peaceful place where she can go and sit on a little stone bench under a tree. And she steels herself, draws a deep breath, because she doesn't know what's going to be in this letter. Her and Constance didn't leave on very good terms. But she's hopeful. But it's scary at the same time. And then she starts to read. My dear Katrina, I'm sorry we never talked about what happened on the lake shore that day, or what happened in the farmhouse, or any of it, really. I could say we never found the time, but I really never found the courage. I never meant to lash out at you as I did. I was angry and afraid, and I let those emotions control me. I will never forgive myself for hurting you and Galen and Alfred. I just pray to God that you might forgive me someday. Please look after Galen and Robert. You always know the right thing to do, and they need your guiding hand. I know I did. Oh, and please don't blame yourself for whatever may have happened to me. I know you always try to protect me, and I regret never telling you how thankful I am for that. Not even you can protect from everything, though, especially in this line of work. Just know that I went out doing something that mattered. That's enough for me, and I hope it's enough for you. I wish you all the love and luck in the world. Love, Connie. P.S. Look up Officer Larson when you get back. And there
Oof, the
are
feels.
just tears streaming down Katrina's face. And she sets it down so carefully, just very delicately folding so that none of her tears stain the ink and makes it run. And she looks up, trying to gather herself. I'll figure this out, Connie. I promise.
Man. Well written, well written. All right, who's next?
All right. Robert is, I'd say he, like, with the letters, it takes him a minute to read it, because I mean he's dealt with his letters in the past, and not sure of what awaits him. He kind of procrastinates. But one thing that he does do is that every day he always finds a time to tell Constance in her like current state, like what happened during the day, like what had gone on, what Katrina was up to, what Galen was up to. And I imagine that it finally works up the courage to read when we're on our way. He just finds a moment where and he'll specifically go to wherever Constance is and read it in front of her. And he's gonna say, Dear Robert, if you're reading this, then you made it to another day, and I did not. And then Robert is gonna like kind of point and be like, looks like you're wrong about that one. I know we didn't always have the most amicable of relationships, but I want you to know that I have come to think of you as a friend, a brother even. And with that, like, Robert remembers what he had like promised himself that he would say to Constance. And he'll like lower a little bit, just a little bit of a tear welling in his eye as he says, I think of you as a friend too, Constance. A brother even. You are the most courageous and loyal person I have ever known. I hope Galen knows how lucky he is to have the trust and respect of such a man. Thank you for extending some of that loyalty to me, even when I didn't deserve it. You summoned a ship and saved us. Shoot. You have a kind heart, Robert. I hope you never lose that. Katrina and Galen need that kindness from you, not just your strength. Watch out for them both, though I know you'd never do any differently. But don't forget to watch out for yourself along the way. And take care of those lockpicks for me. And with that, he's gonna reach into his pocket and take out those lockpicks and say, They worked. They worked so well. Oh my gosh. Yours, Constance. And like, I'd like to imagine that every now and then, like amidst the reports, the daily reports of like what's happened on the ship, Robert every now and then will take the letter out again and read it and hope that maybe hearing her words might help her regain herself. But that's it for Robert.
So good. All right, Galen, you're up.
So Galen found the letter alongside everybody else. And in his head, he knows what it says. And he doesn't want to read it. Because while we were separated on Wrecker Isle, while we were traveling, while we adventured, like, Galen missed Constance. The last things they had said to each other was in anger. And at the time, it was righteous anger for him. He'd been betrayed by magic before, had been hurt by Constance again. And he was angry, but he knew it didn't mean the end of a relationship. And for everyone he's ever had in his life, he's had friends, he's had Robert, they've been close for years. He's had Katrina, they've known each other for a long time. He's never met anyone else for him that felt like him. Someone who was as dogged in their pursuit of fact and of truth. And when Galen got mad at Constance, when he yelled at her, he was never really yelling at her. He was yelling at himself. In his head, they were the same person. She made a mistake because he had made that mistake, and he was angry at her for not learning the lesson that he learned when he was her age. And so for him, he knows how he left it. And he knows how he would have taken that at the time. And so he really doesn't want to read the letter. Because it won't have anything in it except for shame that he'll feel. So it takes him a while. And I don't think he's read it when we leave on the boat. And I don't think he's read it while we're crossing the North Sea. And I don't think he's read it as we arrive on the shores of England.
Robert probably pesters Galen like every day. It's like, what did your letter say?
You don't need to know some things. You know, Constance. She likes to talk about things.
All right, just let me know when you read it.
Yes, yeah, I'm sure. And every day, same thing. And eventually, when they arrive in England, when there's nothing else to, when he needs something to distract him from the next step of the journey, because he doesn't want to arrive and find out that nothing can be done for Constance, he finally sits in his office on the ship and reads the letter. Galen, I hope Robert or Katrina have forced you to read this. Yes, okay. Yes. Or perhaps there is still a sliver of tenderness left for me in your heart, and you have opened this of your own accord. Either way, I will say what I should have said long before this day. First, I am sorry. I know the burns scarred more than your flesh that day in the farmhouse. Then I continued to push you as I pried into your secret in Amsterdam. I see now what a precious thing I held when I had your trust and friendship. Instead of protecting it, I cast it aside for fear and pride. Second, you are a paranoid, vindictive shell of a man. Your trust may be precious, but it is also brittle. It snaps in the slightest turbulence. I tell you this because nobody else will, and because I am not there to absorb your spite anymore. I fear it will eat you alive behind your closed doors and dusty books. Let Robert and Katrina pass the walls. They deserve that much. Finally, I want you to know how much I admire you. I never knew my parents, and my brother died when I was young. You are the closest thing to a father I have ever known, and I could not have wished for a better one. Thank you for everything. All my love, Constance Doyle. Okay. Well, she can forgive me when she wakes up.
Oh man, that one hit me right in the heart. Whew. All right. And with letters read and a task at hand, we have Galen Forscara, the academic. We have Katrina, the officer. We have Robert, the far above your average servant, taking their friend and ally Constance, the private detective, to London to see what they can do. And with that, we will call that a campaign.
Goodbye,
Well played,
everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
Man, what a good ending to the season with those letters. Well done, Tori. Well written.
Yeah,
Well
that was
read.
Thank you
Man,
for
you guys
humoring me. Yeah, you guys did so
fighting
good
back
with your
tears
scene.
the whole time. Man, good stuff. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, players. That was such a blast. Thank you, chat. Thank you for everybody who supported this series. Thanks for everybody who watched the entire series. This is final episode for those who are watching back. It's going to be up on YouTube on Friday. You can watch the whole thing start to finish, and that means you can recommend it to your friends start to finish. So make sure you share it around. We would appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed Vaesen. If you guys did enjoy Vaesen, make sure you let us know. We don't know unless you guys let us know. So if you want to see more Vaesen down the line, definitely make it known, and we can make it so at some point. So as for what we have coming up, I saw some people asking about a schedule. This is the end of Vaesen for now. We are going to take a little bit of a break between series. We're kind of winging it for the next few weeks. We're going to try to put up some content. We might do some video games or something light while we prepare our next series. Our next series is slated to start sometime in May. I don't want to give a solid date yet, just because we got to make sure everything goes to plan. But the next game we're going to be playing is called Part-Time Gods. We're playing the second edition of it. Super fun game if you haven't heard of it. It's about balancing your mortal life with your life as a god. And you get to make your own god. You get to choose your domain that you're over. So should be a fun time. Hope you guys will tune into that. That'll be our next series. And yeah, that's everything that I have in terms of wrapping up. So let's give one more awesome thanks to all of our players. Let's talk about them and where they can be found on the internet. Bill, we'll start with you.
Hey, I'm Bill. Check out all the podcasts and other fun stuff at Escape This Podcast, Solve This Murder, and go check out Play This Game _live if you want to see some Twitch stuff too. Bye.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bill. A pleasure, a delight. Such a fun campaign. I loved Galen. I don't even remember what his name started at. It was Johan, right?
Johan
Johan.
Yeah.
What a great character. Thank you so much for playing with us. Matt, tell us where you can be found.
Thank you so much, Chase. I'm Matt. You can find me everywhere as Improv and RPG. This has been such a blast. Thank you so much.
Agreed. Robert was amazing. Thanks for playing with us, Matt. Tori and Em are part of the Level 1 Geek team, along with Katie behind the scenes. Em and Tori, anything you guys want to share before we wrap up?
Just thank you all so much. This was such an amazing show. I loved it. And I'll be back in Part-Time Gods. Tune in if you want to see if Tori plays a fourth fire-wielding character. I'm on somewhat of a streak, so we'll see if we keep it alive.
A hot
You've
streak.
got a theme.
hot
Oh, there's the
streak.
pun.
Yes.
Fantastic. What about you, Em? Anything for you?
I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who followed along in this series and became NPCs and gave us the energy and the dice and the passion to continue on. You guys are awesome and why we do this. So thank you so much. And thank you so much to our players, because it's y'all's creativity and time and energy that like brings this to life. And I love playing with you all. This has been a huge joy spot in my week every week that we play. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, it has been a blast. Katrina and Constance were also amazing. Thank you so much for all the fun. All right, guys. Well, I think that we will call that a wrap for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Keep an eye on our Discord if you want to see what we have coming up. We'll try to do some fun things for you. And after that, we'll see you guys in Part-Time Gods. So go take a long rest. Take examples from these heroes that put themselves in harm's way and saved a town. Iconic heroes. Love it. Drink your water, not seawater, not from a mermaid. Avoid sea creatures. Dangerous stuff. And we will catch you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.